Alright, so Legacy Death and Taxes Yorion style, because I actually do believe that this non-Yorion stuff doesn't really make any sense anymore in this
Yeah, it's
format.
kind of complete nonsense, honestly. Some people keep playing it, and I'm honestly not sure why, other than like budgetary reasons.
Oh, they don't want to buy like their extra like cool planes that they have.
That
Or
was the number one response I got after popularizing Yorion DNT was like everyone with their really really nice foil planes was like I don't want to spend another 150 bucks on another 10 planes or whatever to round out my Yorion set.
yeah, those people never played like mono white mutavault aggro in other formats. Otherwise, they would have enough planes.
I also didn't have enough planes when I first was playing Yorion, but that was back in like November of last year.
Hmm. Yep. Well, anyways, this is a list I found from some. Oh, it's a London tournament that I guess Callum helps run, but I don't know. I kind of think we're just going to ignore this and just go to the deck construction page and try to build a deck.
Yeah, I mean the list is like pretty close to fine, but you know.
Yeah, but you got to just start from the beginning sometimes
Mm-hmm.
because you got to question your assumptions, or you just make people really confused why there's Field of Ruin in your Legacy deck.
Yeah, that's a question I got a lot as well.
Well, the answer is just you want more of that type of effect. It seems
Yeah,
pretty obvious that that's the next best one. You're not going to play Tech Edge because that card's like garbage.
you would think that it was obvious, but the when I was first trying this out, I was like, I want like another like wastelandy effect for like a lot of Urza sagas in the format and stuff,
Hmm.
and I completely forgot about Field of Ruin and played an entire league with 4 Flagstones of Trocare and 2 Dust Bowls.
Oh, you! I don't think Dust Bowl has aged gracefully
Oh no,
whatsoever.
Dust Bowl was really bad. But I just someone like
Snoopy,
in middle of the
Snoopy.
league, someone in the D&D Discord was like, "What about Field of Ruin?" And I was like, "Wow, I'm a fucking idiot."
Yeah, I. Well, so for certain decks, Field of Ruin's even better than Dust Bowl because it's like literally like you trade in your Field of Ruin for planes and they get nothing, which is
Yeah,
obviously a very desirable effect. Like if you knew that your Field of Ruin's going to be like that, like in every matchup, you might even consider playing 4. But
yeah.
right. Does his mana base look correct?
Yeah,
18,
more or less.
more or less.
30, 32 with some number of timeless dragons is usually where I'm at. Or 33 if you're not playing any, but
I always have to get the Dark Skill one. I have no idea what this one is from. It's like,
I think those are the ones I have, but I'm not sure. Just some
I
random
mean,
modem thing.
these are identical art, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Whereas this, I don't know what's going on here. It's like some person
The
in a
guy with the
mask.
mask looking at a
And
vial.
this is just Kaladesh. Like Kaladesh is full of nonsense that
Yeah,
looks
nonsense.
like yeah. I'm not a fan of the Kaladesh one. Although to be fair, those in paper are all foils, so
Yes. I do. I currently have Kaladesh ones for paper. I want the 2020. It was either a GP promo or like a PTQ promo or something that never came out because 2020.
wait, is it 2020. That's
Yeah,
not this one. This is like the classic promo.
yeah.
You know.
There was a 4th Aether Vial art that was supposed to happen, but
Oh,
never.
wait. Are you the person who just mismatches on purpose?
No, I just wanted I just liked the
Oh,
4th.
okay.
I don't usually mismatch.
I know people who have done that stuff, and it's kind of, well, I guess it depends. Sometimes it's okay. You just look at it and you're like, okay, those don't match, but whatevs. And then sometimes your opponent just plays with all Japanese Antiquities Tron lands. You're like, do you have Tron? They're like, I don't have to tell you. And you're like, what? You're just wasting time.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna
like,
call a judge and take an extra 5 minutes.
literally, the judge, I just told the judge, you should probably just stay here. I literally just said it. And the person, like, did not say anything to the judge.
That's
I kind of think that should be like an unsportsman conduct or whatever, but whatever. Alright, Spirit of the Labyrinth, 4x, I assume.
yes. The big thing about Yorion DNT versus normal DNT is that you do need to respect your curve because you play a lot of 3-drops, so you do need to try to round out a bunch of 2s and 1s.
Wait, you mean you're not a fan of the like standard style, just 36 3-drops, 20 planes for Faceless Haven deck list that someone posted?
I mean, that's what like D&T lists look like now a lot of the time anyway.
Right.
Just because every good card D&T's got in the past like 2 years is a 3-drop, and that's why 60 card D&T is just like 3 Wisp, 2 Skyclave, 1 Recruiter. I don't know. And now you just play Forbes everything.
And yeah, for those of you who are wondering, it's effectively the same as 3, except it does introduce a weird case where you can draw 4 instead of being only able to draw 3. So it's like not exactly the same. It's mostly the same as how I would put it. I don't want to bog people down with the math.
Yeah, people love to explain to me why 4 and 80 is different than 3 and 60 when I say it's basically the same.
It's the way it's different is just like tail probabilities. They're like rare 1 in 10,000 matches, and I don't think it's worth like obviously that happens sometimes, and when it happens in your favor, you're like, hell yeah. And when it doesn't happen in your favor, you're like, whatevs, that's normal. Ooh, Palace Jar. How do you feel about this one?
It's really, really bad.
Okay. That person had 1, but I'm gonna just skip over that one and just go to
the worst.
Go to this card, which is absolutely busted, and like you can see how it's busted in every format, I think, that it's played, which is exactly 2 formats.
Yeah, Solitude is spiking in price in large part because of Modern, I think.
Well, that card is just insane, especially if you want to do the nonsense thing of Ephemerate, which I actually think is a real thing. But, so it appears we have 3 empty slots.
That sounds about right. What am I usually playing here? Make sure all the normal cards there first. You have 3 Mother of Runes in this deck.
Oh, I guess I somehow only clicked on it 3 times. All right. Yep.
All right. 2 extra plus. That sounds more correct. I think in my 5-0 list, I was playing a Mangara, which we should not play.
Yep, I don't want to do that to myself.
I'm trying to remember the last card that I'm usually playing though.
Ballista? Nah, I don't think we need that.
There's like there are like a couple of fine options. So the thing that I tell a lot of people is that like you can look at this and then like this is fine. You could fill in. Oh yeah, that was Cathar Commando. That was the last one.
Okay.
Like that the 78 cards we're looking at, it's like totally fine. You could play like 2 literal squires in your deck, and it would operate at a very high capacity of like this is what this deck can do. So like people can get away with like, oh, I'll play my Blocking Blister, my Giver of Runes, or my Charming Prince or something. All things that I've played before, or like Palace Jailer, things that I don't want to play, and people can still do well with it. It's just a matter of which cards you want access to. And I think Cathar Commando is a nice card to have access to.
It sounds correct to me because I think having a disenchant for certain cards that you loathe me playing for certain reasons, I think it's nice, right? Just having an answer to Torpor Orb, I think actually is a huge deal.
Yeah, it's a little awkward against Torpor Orb specifically because obviously you have to like either just get lucky and draw your 1 of or close to 1 of. You'll have like Council Judgment's postboard or whatever, or you have to like recruit it preemptively, which is kind of weird to do against a Torpor Orb deck. Because they usually have like 1 Torpor on the sideboard. It's like, am I going to recruit this Cathar Commando and like hope that they have their Torpor, or am I going to recruit like a real card and try to like play the game of Magic? But there are just enough. It's felt like there are enough targets in the meta that it's just been a reasonable card in general. Just like a lot of cards that you lose to, just like Shark Typhoon out of like the control decks, it blows up Urza's sagas, stuff like that.
Yeah, I think just having a disenchant is nice, and this is like one of the better ones. Like.
One of the only ones, in fact, for
white. I mean, yeah, the problem is a lot of them are not disenchants, I think, right?
Yes.
Like, there's... Well, do you know what Monk Realist does?
Is that like a Spell Shaper disenchant or something?
No, that's Devout Witness.
No.
You're not boomer enough. You know, Monk Realist is a 1 and a white 1/1 when it comes into play, destroy target enchantment. So it's just a worse War Priest of Thune, to be fair.
Yeah, white's really good at destroying enchantments and really bad at destroying artifacts, which is kind of weird, but you know, color pie stuff.
All right, I'm looking to see. Okay, someone asked about Timeless Dragon. I think it's just a concession to the fact that you sort of want another Plains, but it's kind of nice to have split card go get planes / have an eternalized creature / big flying beater if you really want it.
Yeah, it's like I was playing 33 lands in this deck for a long time, and I think that's the kind of the sweet spot you want. Hey, quit that.
Cat. The cat.
Anyway, 33 lands is kind of the sweet spot for this deck. Not talking about sagas, which I guess we'll probably get to in a second, because people are talking about saga in the chat. But I was convinced by people that Timeless Dragon is maybe better than the 33rd land, and I think I more or less agree. It's felt nice against like a bunch of Dragon's Rage channelers and stuff. It's nice to have an uncounterable 4/4 flyer. It's just kind of inconvenient for them to deal with, in addition to just being like a land drop early and then a threat late.
Yeah, I think that card's actually bad against is Stifle, but no one plays it, so like, who the fuck cares? Because getting that Eternalized Stifle is probably game losing.
Yeah, that's probably kind of a bummer. But yeah, Stifle finally fell off the map more when the blue-red X Saga decks decided to play good cards instead.
Yeah, Stifle is not a very good card, to be fair. Especially not now.
Yeah, I think people really latched on to the very early iterations of like the Standstill Stifle, and then like like I was saying earlier with like the Death and Taxes shell, the rest of the cards in the blue-white-red Saga shell were just carrying it. It's like, okay, yeah, you can play these Stifles and these Standstills, and they'll maybe be fine, even good sometimes, but like you could just be playing better cards and winning more games.
I think we had this discussion about this Council's Judgment Art. This is the Ghost Council of Orzhova, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yes, because that's the symbol of Orzhova.
Yeah.
The Orzhov symbol in the front, yeah.
But I don't know what this council. I literally have no idea what's going on here.
Yeah, it's the conspiracy plane. I forget what it's called, but I don't know. I'm sure they have a council that they're voting someone to die or whatever.
Just like in EDH, you vote someone off. Fiora?
Yeah, Fiora. That's the name of the plane. I'm not.
Wow. So,
my plane.
Ari Lax's evil twin knows the name of the plane. That's the evil twin.
Yes.
Paliano on Fiora. Oh, that's like the stupid like.
Paliano is the city name, right? Because there's like a stupid card that's like when you draft it, person to your left and your right, like choose a color, and then you get to like tap it for those colors.
That was the one card I tried exactly once, Throne of the High City, which is a colorless land, 4 tap sack, become the monarch. Then I tried it once, and my opponent cast like some flash creature. I'm like, I'm off this card, period. I'm never playing this card again. Yeah,
that's what happens when you play the monarch in the age of Icefang Coatl and Endurance. And
this was when Conspiracy came out. It was like a long time ago or whatever. It still wasn't good even back then, so don't do that to yourself.
Sailor was a little bit better back then because the fact that it came into play and killed a creature and could block a creature meant that it was a little bit harder. Like they'd have to like snap plow it and you'd have to have like nothing else.
All right, so this last slot, I'm not playing. Is it a second commando? Could it be a second commando?
Probably could be. I know Jason was playing a second Timeless Dragon.
I'm not so keen on that because I can't imagine.
You could probably play like a Charming Prince or something there too.
Yo, we got a $15 donation from Pinguster. I believe is the daddy on MTGO. So.
Oh, is that who the daddy is?
I'm pretty sure.
Last time I played against the daddy, I was on my really stupid mono white Kahira main deck Rip deck, and I just like played Rip on turn 2 on the play.
You're like, well, if we're done here, that's a wrap, as the kids say. So I'm slowly going through sideboard slots. Am I supposed to play Sword of War and Peace? It doesn't seem particularly good.
Yeah, no, that Sword of War and Peace seems pretty bad. Cataclysm also seems super unnecessary from that list. The sideboard, I think, will maintain being like 11 to 12 anti-combo cards.
Okay. So how many Mindbreak Traps are we playing?
Probably a total of 5 to 6 Deafening Silence plus Mindbreak Trap.
Okay. I kind of like 3 Deafening, 2 Mindbreak, but I don't really have a scientific reason.
It's better against most things that aren't Doomsday, but against Doomsday, you're mostly just conceding anyway, so.
Is Gideon good anymore?
Definitely not really in this. And I'd probably be playing Cataclysm before Gideon a lot of the time.
Yeah, I don't think I want to play either of those. Is the reality.
Yeah.
But I do want.
The powerful, like the big impactful 4-drop like grindy cards are just a lot worse than they used to be, especially in Yorion versions. It's just like less bang for your buck per sideboard slot because you're just like less likely to be able to find your one of Gideon or whatever.
Oh, I need to play 2 rips, don't I? It's like 2 to 3, right?
Yeah, Rip got better because the Delver decks they're really soft to it.
Yeah.
Long gone are the days where I got to play Wayline of the Void. You got to put a Yorion in this sideboard.
Oh, otherwise that defeats the entire point of this.
it's a lot worse if you
Yo,
don't have a sideboard Yorion.
I played Yorion in that white. I don't know if you watched the stream yesterday. I played Yorion in like a white blue like control deck in Modern. It was insanely good because of spreading season Own of the Sea. Plus Restoration Angel is kind of busted. You just flicker the Resto. It's the Charming Prince loop, except in Resto Angel form. So I ended a game with like 10 cards in hand. My opponent just right click conceded. They didn't want to play anymore.
I 5-0'd with D&T, I think earlier this week, and I was playing against Bant, and I had only Yorion in my hand and nothing in play, and like a file on 3. And I typed like Recruiter the Guard, and I got to just like Recruiter the Guard, Yorion, Flicker Wisp, Flicker Yorion, Flicker both my things. It's just like, okay, yeah, you're dead.
The flickering your Yorion thing, I think, is just incredible nonsense. Like, in Standard, it was incredible nonsense with whatever that other card was. I don't even remember anymore. What the fuck was it?
They flickered it with Charming Prince, right? Was there something else that they also?
I think I'm trying to remember. It was Fires of Invention Yorion Luca was just oh, that's what it was. You just Yorioned and flickered like 3 Agent of Treachery, and then they would have no lands.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's like even more egregious than what's going on. Like it's well, I guess you're like effectively making like 42 mana, so of course it's egregious, right? Like why wouldn't it be? Yeah. So this seems kind of close. We're technically at 80-16, so this doesn't work yet, but
you probably cut a Rip. 3's like kind of a lot. It's like feels like a little bit too many for the Delver matchups, and the Rip's always too slow versus the actual graveyard decks. So I prefer to like go more up on faster hate. 1 path plus 2 judgment is kind of a lot as well. If you're more concerned about dying to turn 1 like nonsense, then I'd probably shave one of those cards for a surgical. I know Jason made a pretty reasonable point about more Council Judgment being a reasonable plan to beat Torpor Orbs out of sideboard. That Cathar Commando exists, just because you'll have more odds of like finding a card that beats Torpor Orb now. So like playing a second Council Judgment doesn't, because before it was like, okay, I could play 1 Council's Judgment to beat this Torpor Orb, or 2, and it doesn't feel like that really moves the needle at all. But now that you're like, okay, I'm playing like 1 or 2 Cathar Commandos and like Recruiter the Guards and adding these Council Judgments in post board and stuff, it starts to make more sense.
Well, we're at 2 Commando and 2 Judgment. I think that's probably enough on average.
Yeah, definitely.
And honestly, the reason I like Council Judgment, yeah, it's a little bit clunky, but it's kind of nice that it's never really dead in the game of Magic. I think that's like kind of an underrated thing. I think a lot of the times people like to sideboard cards that aren't quite right for the matchup because they are like they're very good in certain situations and like not so good in other. Whereas something like this it's kind of just good all the time, is how I would put it.
Yeah.
So we do have a slot.
You probably like another surgical.
Okay. I assume you like second surgical over third rest in peace.
Yes. There's a lot of fast graveyard decks around. You can board it in against Doomsday and then be sad when they don't cast Personal Tutor. And then it's mostly like diversifying the sort of cards you want against like stuff like lands as well. So we have like 1 cage, 2 surgical, 2 rip. You kind of hit a variety of graveyard decks.
Yep. And I'm going to just say this once for everyone. If you've ever sideboarded in Grafdigger's Cage versus lands, I just have a question for you. What do you expect it to do? Actually, maybe that's worse than the Grafdigger's Cage was sided in versus Death and Dax, which is a true head scratcher. I still don't know what happened there. Do you have an explanation?
No, I think it was I think that was in Luinel's game, right? He was
Yeah, there was just a
really
graphics
scared.
cage.
Maybe he just died to like double Timeless Dragon game once. Like
That doesn't even work.
Wait,
It
doesn't it
no,
work?
it makes a token. It literally does not make sense.
Incredible.
I don't know. Maybe they thought it like was worded like Containment Priest. I don't fucking know. It's just like
they might have just had like a brain fart and forgot to board it
Sure.
out, or like accidentally put it in when they like highlighted a bunch of cards from their sideboard and dragged them in. I've definitely like forgot to take out a card that's like clearly very bad in a matchup before.
I think my favorite was it Godfear's Gift that someone caged me and it didn't actually do anything either. Let me check the exact wording. Yep. The Godfear's Gift has the same wording.
Yeah,
it's just they're like caged and I'm like, yep, okay, activate Gate to Afterlife, go get my Godfarer's Gift. Alright, I'll exile this to make a 4/4 token copy of it. You're dead.
Yeah. The classic Grafdigger's Cage versus Living End.
Oh, but that one is more understandable, I think.
Yeah.
Mostly because that one like seems like it should work, except the like both Living Death and Living End have really nonsensical rules text on it.
Yeah.
I think mostly that rule set exists so you don't end up putting the creatures into the graveyard then bringing them all back.
Yeah, it's basically you have to word it such that the effect you want is okay, swap all the cards in the grave, all the creatures in the graveyard with all the creatures in play. But you can't just say that on the card. So you have to like you have to jump through a bunch of hoops.
Yeah, I mean the people at Wizards, for all of their faults, I think generally are pretty smart. Sometimes like they mess up, and it's just because card designs are really, really, really hard. Sometimes like they produce really weak sets, honestly. Like, I mean, it kind of feels like we're in that era now, but I think that's like totally okay. But
yeah, I'm happy seeing weak sets, except when we get the new Thalia. That one has to be busted. But everything else,
well, how is it going to be busted? Like, was Thalia Heretic Cathar busted?
No, that's the problem. We need another Thalia Guardian of Thraben. And by that I mean we just need another Thalia Guardian of Thraben, exact same text box except a different name.
So it has to be like daughter of like Thalia Junior, daughter of Thalia.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
it's just the same
Thalia Guardianess of Thraben.
Exactly. Yeah. See, check gets it.
Well, Azak's here to just 1 minute Thalia. That's a cage or a rip. Wow, that's way too greedy. I think there's no way that happens.
Yeah, after getting Sanctifier and Vec, my hopes for Rip Bear have gone down immensely.
Same text of Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, but it's a 2 and a white 4/2. I think that's worse, but still, like you might consider playing it. I mean, I'm not sure that's better than Vryn Wingmare a lot of the time, honestly.
Yeah, 4/2 vanilla. It's like kind of.
Nah, just play Glow Rider. That's the OG.
Little Thalia. 1 white, non-creature spells cost 0.5 more to cast, yeah.
I mean, honestly, 0.5 might as well be 1 most of the time, so, like, you probably would take that, wouldn't you? Alright, let's see, do we got everything? We do. I do like Peacekeeper, only because it leads to the most bizarre games possible, but also, like, it sort of just does cold certain decks.
Were you there when I was streaming with Honorog? After I won his 1.2K, we played Death and Taxes.
I think maybe that was at some time point where it was like really inconvenient for me to watch because he just picks random times.
Yes, he does pick random times to stream. We had a really sick game against Blue Green Omni with a Peacekeeper lock versus Paradox Zone. Is that the 5-mana?
That's the exponential growth card.
Yeah, they had like a 256 fractal, and we had them under a Peacekeeper hard lock.
So we're getting another question about Cathar Commando over Trembling Prince. That thing kills Torpor Orb, and that's very desirable. It also kills Urza Saga for what it's worth, which is also pretty desirable.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the second one should be a Cathar Commando or you could play like another one of some nonsense, but
I kind of like it because I just think disenchants are really good right now.
Yeah, I agree. I was happy with the one, and if nothing else, playing 2 also just lets you see Cathar Commando more often, and like you get to gauge how good it is.
Yeah, one might even say it's almost twice as often. Actually, it's kind of a lie because of Recruiter of the Guard. So, like, I don't know, it's probably like approximately 20% more often. But yeah, enough of this. I guess we can just like go join a queue. I'm not. Oh, I'm actually kind of curious if this premium would fire. I'm not that I'm gonna join it. Yeah, there are 4 people in it. Those have been like in the shitter. I mean, you know my opinion on bans. I don't really want to go into it, but it seems like other people are not having fun. So
yeah, Saturday challenge hasn't fired in 4 weeks or something.
That one's the best time zone for Europeans and Japanese players, I think, honestly.
Isn't it like still like really bad for Japanese players though?
Well, it's like 7 p.m. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
so,
it's
like,
bad, but it's not as bad as like every Wizards of the Coast run tournament. You just see the Japanese players on their webcam and they look exhausted. It's just like kind of insane. And then you just see Yuta as like, yeah, I'm ready to win at like at a very inconvenient sleep time for me. I don't give a fuck.
Finishes 4 in the morning or whatever. Yeah, easy.
Yeah, no, yeah, Azax is sad because Death Shadow is now unplayable in Modern. The Solitude is a real good card versus Death Shadow.
Train on that card.
I mean, Plow has always been bad enough, but now that it has Flash and like is a creature, so you can't even Stubborn Annihilate, you really don't want any part of that, I think.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Well, also Prismatic Ending, to be fair, like is kind of a check on the deck as well.
I think I was watching Doomwake earlier today, and he had a Death Shadow. He had 2 Death Shadows and a Murktide Regent in play, and his opponent solituded him.
Yeah, I saw that one too. It was bad times for someone. Well, this hand is pretty good, so I'm not mulliganing.
Spells, Snapkeep.
Doesn't seem like we're using the best use of the one in mulligan if that's sort of metric.
It's like kind of a joke, but kind of not. This deck gets to keep a lot of hands that just like, okay, I have a 2-drop, I'm good.
All right, please do not be Exploration, because I don't think our hand's very good. Oh god. Please also don't be Elves.
Yeah, we can't beat a lot of Wooded Foothills basic forest decks. Looks like Green Sun Zenith?
Yeah, but that's like... I'm probably just priced into killing whatever this idiot is, which is always this one. Ooh, is this the fake one? No, this is not the fake one, but it looks fake.
Yeah, we kind of just have to plow this, I think.
I mean, do you want them to have 3 mana on turn 2?
I mean, it could be Maverick, and then we're happy to let them have it, but...
Put off Wooded Foothills? Like, just from...
Yeah, it's much more likely to be Elves just based on meta percentage and Wooded Foothills, so I'm happy to fire off the plow. Also,
I feel like every time you come on, we only play, like, reasonably bad matchups for this deck. It's it's cursed. This seems exactly what I don't want.
Good news, we'll just play the Thalia. How are they going to beat it?
I mean, they have 3 mana next turn at a minimum, and if they are sandbagging a Cradle, which you should often do, that's just like 1,000,000 mana. This is quite poor for us.
Good news, we have a Thalia to cast next turn. How are they ever going to beat it? If you keep saying it, it'll be true eventually.
I mean, I feel like the way we win here is our opponent just like steps on their computer by accident.
Yeah, our opponent's internet gets hit by a meteor. Oh,
Right.
technically it's a draw if they can't cast Natural Order and don't have Glimpse of Nature.
All right.
Wait, they can literally just... No, they can't just cast Natural Order with the stuff in play. They need a land drop.
Opponent has a bunch of small creatures. You have a 2-1 first trigger. Or you just wait. If this was a draft game, we would basically be like super far ahead. Now the problem is, in Constructed, you get to play as many rares as you want. Generally speaking.
Really unlucky if you think about it.
Yeah, well, we have 2 rares in play. Our opponent has 1.
Oh, we're not dead.
But that's also bad news bears in a different way.
I guess they could still just like Cradle kill us too. Oh, wait, no, they...
No.
Yeah.
It would work. Cradle, float
They
1.
could like tap 2 of their elves and then
Exactly,
attack us for like 15, 20. Yeah, we did.
It's more than that, because you can just tap the Nettle, put a green, use the Symbiote.
Oh, yeah, you could use the Symbiote untap. Oh, yeah, and the Nettle untaps too.
Yeah, I mean, this is...
Untap. Yeah, okay. We're okay, yeah. Okay,
oh, shit.
Natural Order is killing you.
Please, don't... No! Why? Oh, okay.
Not dead.
That's still not
bad.
good for us.
Yeah,
I mean...
still bad, just less bad.
It depends on what their hand is. They can probably just draw their entire deck or close.
Well, they have 1 card. Maybe they missed.
Well, you can always return Visionary for 2 redraws,
yeah.
right?
No,
Yeah,
true.
it's just like...
Yeah, they just pick up Visionary, get 2 more draws, and then we die. Yeah, never mind. All right.
Well, if they draw 2 lands, we might be okay.
Yeah, we just need them to miss 2 more times.
If only we had foretold Doomscar last turn. Yeah, interesting.
We would probably still lose.
Yeah.
With this hand and a foretold Doomscar.
And also, wouldn't our opponent just pick up the Visionary and we wouldn't really get anywhere?
Yeah.
Like, it just... Well, fuck Terminus, don't worry. Again, I think y'all...
Our top card could be Terminus, and we're probably still losing this game.
Oh, they have a really antiquated build if that card's back.
Yeah, I haven't seen a Llanowar Elves variant in play in many Elves matches.
Oh, this seems awfully bad for our health. I don't give up because like there's always the chance that they just end up with 7 lands in hand. I've seen it happen once or twice.
Yeah, the usual thing though is that when you're Death and Taxes, they could just stop casting spells here, and we still can never win the game.
That's true.
Like, we can't beat this board. Some decks can. That's not us.
Well, I think literally, if our opponent doesn't do anything, I would cast Recruiter, go get Quicker Wisp, my Recruiter, go get Stoneforge for GTA, and hope that's good.
As they miss on like 4 draw steps after that.
You didn't look. I mean, joking aside, I think a really valuable skill is imagining what a winning game looks like, and I think that's what it looks like. I am aware that the odds of that are just like,
hey, they stopped doing things.
Non-existent. You know what's really going to happen? They're just going to hard cast Hoof off their guy's Cradle, and then we'll be dead. I don't think we can ever feel to ruin them here.
Could they... Hang on. Could they have cast Natural Order this past turn? No, right?
I mean, they could have if it was their first card.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just wondering if we need to put this Prelate on 4 to maximize chances of not getting murdered horribly.
I mean, I don't... I hate it, but maybe it's right. Nice Thalia has been called. Jax, get out here with your negativity. Or stay here with your negativity. I don't know. One or the other. I mean, they drew like 3 cards, so I don't know. Like, oh, hold on. They drew more than that, but... I kind of think just playing Prelude is playing to not, like, advance your game plan, so you probably just lose slower.
They're drawing 2 cards a turn because they have Visionary, Symbiote, and 1,000 mana. What draws kill us? Another Glimpse, Natural Order, or Natural Hoof. Chat's saying that they tried to cast NO because they had 1 floating mana and a Heritage Shard last turn, but they didn't think about the Thalia.
Okay, I guess
which I was not paying enough attention to know.
Yeah, alright. This is still sad times. Like, I don't think this really does anything except, like, make them draw Hoof or Green Sun Zenith, and then we still die.
Shepherd, Green Sun Zenith also kill us. We die to 4 less cards in their deck now, which does not feel like a lot.
Well, don't they only play 3 Natural Order as well?
Oh, sure. 3 cards.
Yeah, so, like, that's why I'm, like, not particularly enthused by this, but kind of is whatever. Oh, we got some Twitch Prime subs. Those are great, as we get brutally murdered by mono green idiots. I'm not using idiots as a pejorative, I'm using idiots to describe, like, how small their creatures are. It's pretty nice that we can just F6.
Why do all of our cards say non-creature? That's what the new Thalia should be. The new Thalia should just be Spear of Resistance.
Yeah, I don't think they can go down that road again. They did it once, and then that card ended up being restricted in Vintage.
Yeah, they absolutely can't do that again, but you can dream.
If it was 3 mana, 2/1 Sphere, would you just play it?
I don't know. You'd probably just like play with like Ancient Tomb, right? More than Aether Vial. That's just an Ancient Tomb card.
Why did we register D&T when we were going to face Elves round? It's true. If I knew I could pick my matchups round by round, I would probably register different decks.
Okay, we can concede now.
All right, cool. This was mostly a waste of our time. But we only used like 2 minutes of our clock. They used like 6.
Yeah,
But
you were talking about the skill of like identifying how you win games. The other thing is that when you're in a league, you also identify how much of my time do I value, which is obviously different when you're like sitting playing by yourself versus like streaming and like having someone else on the stream and you can like talk about stuff while you're sitting there waiting to die horribly.
Am I supposed to trap? I'm definitely supposed to cage, I guess. Yeah.
Cage is good. I usually bring in trap. He usually just trades 1-for-1 with an elf at some point in the game.
All right. I think this is a matchup where I can side out Cathar Commando, thankfully.
Yeah, that card seems pretty bad.
I need 5 more cuts.
Thalia is a pretty easy cut.
Oh, you are correct. And one more cut.
Last game. You could probably cut Batter Skull.
Oh yeah, doesn't really do anything. Culture Complete is the way you want to end them.
So. Yeah, if you're stuck behind a collector roof or whatever, you can just get Culture Complete. Or if you need to like block things.
What are those? But those is Timeless Dragon? Timeless Dragon's like Eternal Dragon.
It's a basic plains.
It's a basic plains that also is a 5-mana 5/5 flyer. But also if your opponent plays Standstill, you just cycle it and then internalize it and be like, yo, what's up? You're gonna crack the Standstill or what's going on, buddy?
I haven't gotten to do that yet.
Well, I had an opponent play Standstill, and then the very next turn I just played Urza Saga, and then they just right-click concede. They just right-click conceded. This is like reasonable.
We got Spirit of the Labyrinth. Spirit of the Labyrinth's one of your better cards. I mean, we're cold to like natural order and stuff, but we also have a recruiter to get there. We can even recruit. Wait, did we have a Containment Priest in this list?
Yeah, I have one, but
okay.
I don't know if I was supposed to have more than one, but I don't.
No, yeah, one's the correct number. I just forgot if we had one on the sideboard. We can go turn 2 Spirit, turn 3 recruit, Containment Priest, Vial, and Containment Priest if we really need to.
Yeah, fair. How sad does bring vital sideboard cards in an 80 card deck make you? Not that sad. I don't know. I've played a bunch with like Yorion decks lately. I honestly think. Oh, they have 2 Llanowar Elves in their deck.
Yeah,
that's so many.
Yeah, it's not that sad mostly because the vital sideboard cards are either recruitable or you just get to bring in like 8 of them.
It's like this matchup where you don't have as many, but
yeah.
I kind of hope they just like go in on no for Prague because we get to punish that real bad.
We have the Council's Judgment. They are inclined to do that post-board a lot, so I wouldn't.
I agree because like a lot of the time if they just short combo into no for Prague, that's just like lethal a lot of the time.
Yeah. Maybe they'll have Cradle. Oh dang it! What is it? Cradle plus a Heritage Druid would have gotten Progenitus there.
That's not ideal, but
it's okay if they want to abrupt care thing. So what do they have? They kept a 1-lander.
They could have sandbagged a Cradle, hoping to cast Natural Order next turn.
That would make sense.
I think I'm still supposed to cast. Oh, like, do you want to CJ that? I think that's like kind of just.
Yeah, that seems super aggro.
Well, I think it's just super bad actually, if you think about it, because I think if you do that, you're opening up a lot of bad things to happen to you. I think I should just recruit her for something, but I'm not sure what.
The problem is if they do have NO, then we just need Containment Priest, right?
Yeah. Maybe I just recruit her for Containment Priest.
We have plenty of lands, so like I wouldn't hate recruiting Containment Priest. The one issue though is that like we don't really have an avenue to kill them. Like we're just gonna sit here and
Well, so do you want to get Stoneforged? The problem with Stoneforge is I think
we're gonna die to NO for Craterhoof. Although if we get Stoneforge here, we do have GTA Online next turn. We just have to fade exactly like Cradle NO, right? Or I guess any like Wirewood symbiote.
Right. I think I'm gonna get Stoneforge because I think that's like on average that's better. I could have also gotten Peacekeeper. Wait, does that cost 2 or 3?
3, yeah.
Oh, well then never mind. If it costs 2, I think definitely you should just get Peacekeeper there and prison them like forever. But
I agree with Luinal. I think we can't really play not to lose. Oh well, there's the Heritage Druid. We could have No, yeah, that actually would end really badly. Recruit Solitude and like Solitude the Findorn Elves and keep the Council's Judgment, but then we'd be getting it's just Progenitus, right? They can't kill us here. Wait, can they?
9...
Oh, these Signals untapped. Are we dead? 16, 21? Yeah, we're dead. Never mind.
Wait,
maybe they'll just get Progenitus.
It's 21 minus
Well, it's 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, I think. Wait, did I do that math right?
No, it's 21.
No, it's 20. Oh, yeah, it's 21.
Oh, so we can barely survive.
But then we have to trade
Well,
most.
I mean, it's not easy, but
We'll draw a Peacekeeper afterwards.
So can we leverage GTA to survive? That's the real question.
No. So next turn, we will lose. We'll have one creature in play and go to 1 life, right? Because we have to block. Oh no, we can block with just.
No, I think I'm blocking Stoneforge on that and going to 1, right?
And
12, 21 minus 2, 19.
And then we'll have 3 creatures versus 4 creatures, though, which means GJ doesn't do it. No, because then we could actually attack and get GJ counters first.
I think it's going to be tight no matter what, but I kind of think GTA might be our best odds of winning.
Block. Yeah, GJ's right. GJ's correct. We can live.
I mean, this is bad. Don't get me wrong, but I also think
bad, we're alive.
I think I'm supposed to respond to a trigger, put it in spirit, tick it up to 3.
Yes.
Yeah. But we are in bad shape. So, yeah, we'll have to chump both of our creatures away, but that's fine.
But we can trade 1 spirit with a Nettle Sentinel at least. Do we want to equip 2? I guess that doesn't matter actually. One of these has to block the Crater Hoof, so it can just be the Recruiter, and this deals more damage. Yeah,
exactly.
Obviously.
Well, I didn't actually say it, but I thought about what creature I want to block with before I made the attack. So.
Wait, don't we want to ping the? Before they untap with it. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, right?
No, we can just respond. We can. It's actually slightly better to see what they do. So if they have no green spell, maybe something. Okay, well, I guess now I have to respond.
Oh yeah, they could have not had a 1-drop at all. That's true. And then we could like double ping the Crater Hoof if they tried to attack.
So as it is, I just block, gain 2, right?
Yep, and then go to 1.
Yeah. It's obviously not great, but maybe the GTA is good enough. Oh, it's worse versus Cradle. Actually, I probably should have just main phased it.
I think if they had Cradle, we're just like super dead though, right? Like the difference between 5 mana and 4 mana, like how much is that?
Very, very carefully activate the right ability on Umuzawa's GTA.
So now what?
A land would be good, actually, but also a 3-drop. I think I'm supposed to leave this on 3.
Yeah, because we're not in a position where we're going to get to Yorion right now. Wait, you just picked it up.
Oh, shit.
Well, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
So that's an okay draw.
I can't believe I did that.
It's promoted. So we're pretty priced into attacking here.
Yep. I actually think we're favored from this spot. Which is kind of wild, but, you know, I don't really like non-lethal no's in this matchup for this reason.
I mean, it was... Oh, no, yeah, it was deterministically non-lethal because they knew we
had Stoneforge, so it's, like, quite bad to do what they did. I think I should just Stoneforge for Culture Complete, probably.
And then chump block the Hoof, and then gain 2 again.
I mean...
Well, this is Vial on 4, we want it on 5, which means do we want to be Yorioning?
Oh.
We could also just play a 2 and equip it, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if that's too bad versus Abrupt Decay to do.
Oh, yeah, that is pretty bad versus Abrupt Decay.
So I think I'm going to get Culture Complete and just play Spirit of the Labyrinth and say go and see what they do.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't want to draw land so we can, like, put a thing in and cast this Council Judgment on this 5/5 or something. But at the same time, we'll just have Stoneforge online to beat the Hoof next turn. Yeah, this makes sense. Unless they have Abrupt Decay here.
Well, that doesn't kill us, right?
Yeah, it doesn't kill us, but it puts us in a...
I mean, sure.
Oh, sure.
Oh, also they fetch Forest, so I guess maybe they didn't side in Decay?
It seems kind of... Oh, we have Wasteland in play, so they just don't have it in hand, at least.
Sure.
I think you just chump the Crater Hoof and gain 2 again?
I think so. I want to chump with the spirit then.
Yeah. Then we'll end up being at 1. We'll have. We'd also ping the Nettle Sentinel down instead of gaining 2.
Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have blocked here and just pinged.
Blocked in the ping. Oh,
yeah. Oh, that's way better. Okay, fuck. All right.
Yeah, that was dumb. So draw a land here. We're pretty happy.
Now I'm priced to ticking it up to 5.
Yeah, we don't have any 4s anyway, so yeah, it's best to have 5 in case we want to do Yorion stuff. Is Yorion better than casting Council's Judgment?
Trying to figure that out. It's like kind of complicated.
Yeah.
I think Yorion is better than Council's Judgment, but
I agree.
So I should equip.
Wait, no, we don't. We don't get to do everything, right? We want to put in Cauldra, so we want to just put in Cauldra and put Yorion in hand.
Oh, sure. Okay. Matter how I tap? Not really. And I guess I say go.
You can put in Yorion and jump forever with Karakas. I mean, we could, yeah, but we also just have Cauldra to kill the Crater of attacks now. Yeah, we can say go now. And we're still alive because we have 2 blockers versus 2 blockers and a GT counter to kill the Visionary.
Yep. Or gain 2, just potentially.
Oh, it is technically a free attack with Cauldra if we flicker that with Yorion sorcery speed.
I kind of think we might have them in the hard lock, actually. It's kind of funny. And some for 1. So I'm thinking about picking Visionary Response, actually.
Yeah, in case it's Symbiote.
Also Heritage Druid. I think I'm supposed to.
Or Heritage Druid, yeah. Either of which is fine, though, because Cauldra can get through with a blocker. Yep. So Cauldra holding GTA will be able to close out this game.
Yep.
Put a stop in their second main so we don't have to flicker our Yorion on an end step. I guess we'll probably do it in
combat. Is what?
Yeah, we'll do it in combat before blocks because we need to block with our 4/5. But they just probably won't attack here, right?
I don't think they're allowed to attack.
Yeah, because they just lose both their creatures to known information, so they just don't get to attack.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Now we put in the Cauldra and then Yorion, our Stoneforge, and then go get sort of Fire and Ice.
Am I supposed to Yorion the Vial? Probably not, right?
No, because we have Karakas. So
sure.
It also lets us protect our GT, notably, if we just have like Karakas up and Vial on 5, because we could like flicker it out.
So I get Sophie, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, it's our only other hit. We boarded out Batterskull.
Could flicker the Cauldron.
You could flicker the token too.
I probably don't want to do that.
I mean, you could have flickered them both.
Oh yeah. There's like probably weird scenarios where you actually want to do that. Probably killing Bridge from below is where it probably happens the most.
Well, then you want to flicker the Cauldron, not the Germ, right? If you flicker the Germ, then you don't kill the Bridge.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
All right. Oh, that's a pretty good one.
So
what's holding the GT now? I think it's the...
I mean, it's one of these two, obviously, but...
I think it's the Yorion, just because the Cauldron blocks the Crater Hoof right now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, too. Plus, I don't want to waste mana keeping on re-equipping it, is the other thing, right?
Yeah. At the same time, like, we might waste mana re-equipping it if we end up, like, having to pick up this Yorion and put it back in or something.
Okay, just attack for 9? Let's see what happens if I do that.
Are we allowed to? I think we're allowed to. We have a plow in our hand. If they attack with everything, we're still not dead. Even if we exclusively just chump block with Stoneforge and do nothing else, like we don't die. So I think we do just want to end this game before they find like something.
I think I'm gonna just use a counter to pick off the symbiote now as well.
Yeah, one counter gives us lethal next turn still with just Yorion. So yeah, and we can still pick up Yorion, and we maybe even wanted to sorcery speed pick up Yorion and then like reset the Cauldra too, just have a bunch of blockers up.
I can still do that, right?
Oh, then we won't have the Cauldra up, but that's probably fine. We don't need the Cauldra up. the Yorion blocked the Crater Hoof already because 4/5 versus 4/4 with the G-taping, and of course we still have plow stuff.
I don't think it. I'm trying to imagine a scenario where this actually matters. I don't think it matters.
Yeah, I don't think it ends up mattering ever. I think we just win here.
Yeah.
Unless they have like a really dumb glimpse turn or something. I don't know if they even can win from here. Because they're down their Crater Hoof. I guess if they have a second, then.
Yeah, a lot of lists have cut the second, though.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We have no certainty that they have a second hoof.
If we're playing against Reed, I know he likes the second. I kind of think I should just plow this in response.
Yeah, I mean, we can still kill. Like, we have sort of Fire Nice that we get to put in here, too. So, like, we have a bunch of damage to kill them. Plow this in response, and we can ping the Birchlaw Rangers, and then we still have lethal. Yeah.
Oh, Shaman of the Pack.
Shaman of the Pack would.
Yeah, I mean, that would be actually unbeatable if they somehow got to the mana required for that. Actually, would it? We probably would just gain 2, I guess. I don't know.
We'd gain 2 and plow. They didn't need a bunch of elves in play first.
All right. Here's what you do. You balance your range by waiting 20 seconds, then you hit submit. Which literally doesn't matter if you go look at a stock D&D list during that time frame. You realize sideboarding literally can never change.
Yeah.
It actually can't because, like, it's not a play versus draw thing. It's just a cards that matter versus cards that don't matter thing.
Yep, that happens with a lot of D&T's matchups. It's not really a play versus draw deck.
It's true. Definitely true. Oh, the cat loves you, apparently. That's what Dabo00 is noting that. Alright, well, this is actually a pretty good hand, all things considering.
Yeah, this is about as good as you get on the draw without like having the 1 of Cage or something. We have a removal spell. The issue is that you really want to go turn 1 Mom to protect turn 2 Spirit.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll draw a bad white card to pitch the Solitude.
Well,
because you kind of have to aggressively use Solitude in this matchup to like stay afloat for the first several turns of the game.
Well, our deck's full of bad white cards, right?
Yeah, so basically any white card in our deck is a bad white card.
Am I supposed to Solitude this Dry Harbor?
I probably would, depending on what we draw.
It's the same as Force of Willing and Zenith, so, like, I don't know. I don't feel too bad about it.
I don't love Wastelanding a Green Sun to Dryad Arbor.
Do you want to waste it?
No, I don't love it.
Alright.
But, like, we also don't want to Solitude at pitching the Spirit, right? We could just Solitude pitching the Mother Verns and just kind of take our beats on Abrupt Decay.
It's
do you want to Wasteland it?
I kind of do, but I think it's also like kind of crazy.
It feels like kind of aggro, but maybe not insane. Gives us more time to figure out like what we're doing with our Solitude.
All right, I actually am gonna do it. It's a little bit crazy, but I don't think it's that crazy because I don't really want to pitch any of these cards. This is just a delaying tactic more than anything else.
Yeah, it's not the most unreasonable thing. This hand, yeah, it's just kind of awkward that we don't have any other white cards to pair with it.
Oh, Magic Stream just confirmed they recently discussed Legacy in a BNR meeting. Huh.
Ooh, that's fun.
Okay, well, the second Solitude is actually a card I do want to pitch.
Yeah, we don't need to pitch it yet, though, because there's...
That's kind of crazy if they ban something, but, you know, I guess a lot of people would be happy. I'm kind of indifferent, you know me. And that's about all of the ban talk I can stomach for one day.
So they didn't fetch out second Arbor or something, so I imagine they want black? Nope. Alright. Do we want to Solitude the Symbiote now?
I think the answer is no, and let me explain why. I think the Spirit just shuts all of this down.
Oh yeah, that's true. We have Spirit in hand. That's it.
So like I mean, yeah, it's a little bit appealing, but I don't think it's like necessary.
And it's not like they can recast the Visionary this turn or anything.
I mean, they can with exactly
with exactly this Cradle.
Yeah, I mean, Cradle's really powerful in their deck, but
like if this is what they're spinning their wheels doing, then we're like kind of okay.
Yeah, no, I think I'm fine with this. Plus, we shut it down very quickly, so it's fine.
Yeah. They get to cast their 4-mana divination.
That is opposite of what I want.
Can we pitch that to Solitude?
If there's a painter on white. Painter Servant breaks a lot of rules.
Yeah.
Including the humility rule. I assume you've seen that happen before.
Yes. It has happened to me recently.
Oh. Were you
Or
mad?
semi-recently. Whenever I was playing that fucking deck. It was like a month ago.
But a month is basically 10 years by this point.
Yeah, true. Alright, so now we just don't want to die, and then we're good. Big fan of not being dead.
Also a big fan of not being dead. Maybe they'll just cast Abrupt Decay.
Well, I really hope they do before we put this GJ into play.
Do too. Looks like Green Sun Zenith?
What is this? What do they even want here?
They might get Shepherd.
That's fine. Well, yeah.
I mean, it's not really fine, but we also can't do very much.
It's not the worst on this board state, at least. Like, not yet.
Oh, yeah. What?
That seems like a bold choice. They do know that this Visionary doesn't draw them cards, right? Maybe they don't. Float 3, pick up the Visionary. Come on. Oh, they just want a 1 to NO for Progenitus? So they just picked a random 1 drop.
Fuck. Alright, can we draw Council's Judgment?
Yeah, just draw Council's Judgment.
There's 2. Really, almost nothing else is good enough because it kills you so quickly. For Peacekeeper.
Peacekeeper. Yeah.
And we have the Mother of Runes, so we can actually just, like...
Sit behind it for a little bit.
Well,
we have Burns and Spirit, so they can't just, like, draw their deck and throw 3 Abrupt Decays at it, which is the other way to beat Peacekeeper.
Alright, so we'll take 10 once, and then we'll have to play, like, 10 more turns of this nonsense, right? That's how it works.
Yes, we'll have to play a lot of turns of paying 2 mana.
Don't worry, I'm used to that. If you've ever had to maintain Glacial Chasm locked versus a burn opponent, it's the exact same thing. Because you can never let the Glacial Chasm not be in play, otherwise you take...
I've watched that in paper before. It's just a complete disaster.
It's not that bad. Like, honestly, they die pretty quickly to Punishing Fire.
Pretty quickly, I guess, is relative. I guess it's all easier in paper to kill someone with Punishing Fire than online. Nice. Peace. It's time for keeping the peace.
This is an egregious card.
It's really messed up.
It's... I mean, it's like... I don't know. Sets back then just kind of had this issue that, like, these cards were just way... Like, the lock pieces were just really good. Like, Choke, Foil, Dread of Night, you know?
They're not on Reclaimers. They showed us a bunch of Nettle Sentinels. That's usually the swap, right?
Yeah.
And they haven't showed us white mana, which is usually in the Reclaimer builds. Nice. Wait. Oh, no, this taps our mom.
Am I supposed to tap it?
I hate it, but I think we are priced into it. Like I was talking about, like they'll just draw so many cards if we don't protect it, right? And then like they'll draw out of our Peacekeeper before we will like find Sanctum Prelate, I think, especially considering we're locked on 1 mana currently.
So, okay. Yeah.
But the fact that they're doing this, I feel like just means that they just have Abrupt Decay and we're gonna die, but
yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna worry about it too much.
I think we're priced into protecting it. I guess they just get to do it for free, right? They have a symbiote, so they can just try to shatter it every turn. Yeah. So they don't necessarily have the Abrupt Decay right now. It might have just been, like, checking us. Yeah.
Well, this doesn't do anything.
Yes,
so
they're just casting cards to have more mana for Cradle, I guess.
Well, but they picked it up and replayed it.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. That doesn't do anything.
So they've used this one. Should I just kill the Rex Sage to shut?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
We want to kill this
Yeah,
Rex
that's
Sage.
what I'm thinking about this. I should pitch Stoneforge, I think.
Are we ever going to use the Solitude now that they have 2 symbiotes in play, though? Are we ever going to?
I mean, I could kill a symbiote.
But how much do we care about killing a symbiote?
But like, when am I going to cast a Stoneforge, right? Like, because my mana's going to be tied up every turn for this, right?
I mean, we'll cast it as soon as we draw a 4th land, right? But what will it do is the question. Versus what is the second Solitude going to do? And I'm honestly not.
It actually sneaks Culture Complete into play, which actually is relevant. Yeah.
But like, when are we going to attack with Culture? I guess when we establish the Yorion lock.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna do something because the time actually matters.
Yeah, just take game actions. I don't think this specific instance matters terribly.
Auto yield. Oh shoot! I forgot. For some reason, I thought it was 3 because it's such an egregious card. I just assumed it was.
Now we can't play our GT. Come on, Jarvis.
Is that gonna matter?
No.
Like, I literally think this. The way you've described this matchup, I don't think that me wasting a mana actually.
Our goal in this game is to draw enough lands to pick up Yorion and flicker our Recruiter and get Sanctum Prelate and put Prelate on 2, and then we win the game. Nice. We're getting there. Now, don't play the GTA. I guess we play the GTA because we can't play Yorion next turn anyway, but it doesn't really matter.
Oh, I'll just pick up Yorion.
Nothing matters besides Yorion or drawing Flicker Wisp or drawing Prelate or drawing like Mother of Runes.
I guess technically timing out could matter. So
yes, that's why we want to take the game actions to lock this game as soon as possible, so we can just time them out.
Also, actually putting Yorion in hand is more correct because you could just Solitude if you really wanted to. I mean, not that I think that actually happened, but it could.
Land, dang.
Thinner deck.
Player Stoneforge. I mean, we won't time out because once we establish Yorion, we already have the Karakas too, so we can just like attack with Cauldra every turn. Wait, does Cauldra beat Progenitus? It doesn't, right?
No, because it doesn't deal damage to it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not questing. Beast.
Oh, wait, we have Sword of Fire Knights now too, though, so we can put the Sword of Fire Knights on the Cauldra. Then we beat Progenitus.
Yeah. How many lands do I need for this?
We can cast the GTA.
I assume you know how many lands we need for this fucking nonsense.
Yeah, we need 7 when we start doing Yorion, and then we need 8 total to start looping it. But before that, we're gonna like before that we just want the 7th so we can play Yorion, Flicker Recruiter, go get a Sanctum Prelate on 2.
For those of you who are wondering, there are other situations like this in Legacy that occur. Oh, did I just kill it?
I think we're just gonna die anyway, right? They have an Allosaurus Shepherd. If they ever get to attack, do we just die? I guess they don't actually have that many elves in play, right?
I'm just gonna kill it because it is like kind of safe.
Sure.
Also, maybe they'll just concede if I kill it. That would be nice.
It was really nice that they messed up and activated their symbiote and put the Rex Sage into play, so we could not have to deal with tapping this mom every turn. Like, they could have Abrupt Decay in hand right now, and we would be dead.
I agree. Like, that was actually a pretty severe punish.
Yeah. What is this? Grist? I guess they don't have Grist, because Grist would be pretty good here.
I'm of the opinion you absolutely should play Grist. That card is so good.
Yeah. That's fine. We can beat that.
I mean,
especially because
can't we?
The Progenitus is already dead, and we have Solitude, and et cetera, et cetera. Hey, cat! Don't jump back there. That's where my computer is.
Whoa, Skyclave! I could just kill it that way.
Yeah, might as well.
I'm not doing anything else.
Actually, kill the Allosaurus Shepherd.
You can't. There's 2 symbiotes in play.
Oh yeah, never mind. We can't.
I'm not targeting anything that it has a keyword
creature
elf.
type elf.
Yeah.
Yeah. As much as I want to get the Allosaurus Shepherd off the battlefield, I guess we're not allowed to, huh?
Yeah, what's up, Keith? Capstick.
Deal.
We're just prisoning our elves opponent out very painfully. It's actually not that painful.
Probably painful for our opponent.
Well, it serves them right for playing like only forests.
Yeah, get them. Nice. All right, now we Yorion and we win. I guess we have one more turn.
How do I do this?
Well, right now all you care about is flickering your Recruiter of the Guard, and I guess you also flicker the Skyclave.
And I should take out a Wirewood symbiote, probably, right?
Yeah. The big part is we want to flicker our Recruiter the Guard so we can go get Sanctum Prelate to achieve the hard lock.
It's true. Guy's Cradle's not a forest. I've been told by Azax.
Sometimes it's a forest.
People don't generally do that. I mean, I guess you're playing against land forest.
Now we get Sanctum Prelate, and we hard lock them.
So
I mean, we can beat Grist too, right? Because we have the Mother of Runes. They need Grist plus something. We put Prelate on 2, and then the hard lock is more or less established, and then we can go about the slow Yorion kill.
It's not that slow. Like, Yorion is not that small.
Yeah, don't play the Vial. We just don't want to deal with the triggers.
Oh, I was about to ask why, but now I see.
Put it on 2. And locked. We don't need Flicker Wisp. We will just pick up Yorion, play Yorion, Flicker Peacekeeper, attack with Kaldra holding a sword and a Jite.
When can I start? Can I start doing that next turn?
I mean, technically, because we have this Karakas untapped right now, but we can't attack with anything because we don't have the Kaldra in play yet. So we'll probably start doing it like next turn. Yeah, just never tap. Don't tap the Karakas.
Oh, I tapped it this turn, but...
Oh, I mean, yeah, not this turn. It doesn't matter. I just mean because the only thing we want to be using it for is picking up Yorion now. Now we'll just double equip to the Kaldra. And then we'll pick up Yorion on their end step and then play it, flicker out our Peacekeeper, and I guess we can also flicker out Recruiter or something, and Skyclave, and then punch them. And then,
I mean,
we don't have 8 mana. We can't do it every turn. We're on every other turn, but, you know, whatever.
I mean, it's 7 damage. They're at 20. That's only 3 attacks. This is not like a scenario where it was like Waffo finishing game 1 of a blue-white match at 3 minutes remaining.
Yeah, we have 7 minutes, and like they are just very dead. If we draw a land here, we can go for the every turn. Oh, nice. Okay. Flicker out Peacekeeper. You're allowed. You can flicker out Skyclave and Recruiter if you want to as well, if you're feeling so inclined. And then you hit him with a big germ.
I do think it's helpful that you're here to tell me exactly how it works, because I know, like, in abstractly how it works, but it takes a little bit of time to think about it.
Yeah.
Which I don't think I actually have that much, like, extra time lying around. This is like me explaining that if you bog your opponent's bog in the lands mirror game 1, it wins the game. Like, you're not going to know that without... Well, they're activating Allosaurus Shepherd, but it literally doesn't matter because it says first strike.
Oh, I guess they get to, like, not die as badly, but...
But if you block with multiple creatures, you just get to kill all of them, so it, like...
Well, not all. If you block with 3 5/5s, you still have to assign lethal damage with Kaldra.
Oh, you're right. So we'll get to kill 2 of them.
Yeah, you just get to kill 2 things.
That doesn't seem like something that they would want.
I think they're just on the time you out plan, which is not good because they're lower on time. But...
Well, also, I can go to the battle where you just remove all your stops and just, like...
Yeah.
I'm experienced with that.
Also, we're just going to get GJ counters, so this plan's just really bad, like, after this turn, because they're going to lose the Allosaurus Shepherd. Or they'll just lose the Allosaurus Shepherd now. Okay, this doesn't... I don't care how many things you're blocking with, opponent. Which 2 do you want to kill?
I think it's these 2.
Yeah, sure. Yes.
If you're inexperienced to Moto, I think that stuff takes a lot of time to getting used to, like moving the blockers around and whatever.
Checking back in, is this the same Peacekeeper game? Yes. So now we'll just end step, Skyclave the Symbiote, and then on their upkeep, ping down the Allosaurus Shepherd or something.
I don't think that works because Guy's Cradle's untapped.
Oh, well, then ping the Allosaurus Shepherd, and if they want to make everything 5/5s, then they're free to.
Sure, that's true. Probably just go get a Solitude, I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, they're finally...
They figured it out.
Alright, we did get a donation from Jide Jade Hem for $25. Nice. So we're slowly. See, I actually brought you here so you would shame people, but so far it hasn't even been necessary. So like, that's kind of great.
Too busy explaining the Peacekeeper lock to shame people into donating.
What a game! I kind of feel like if when we didn't die on turn 3 immediately, a lot of the games actually look like that.
Yeah, that's. Could we not spread the damage out instead of assigning 5/2s? No, you have to assign lethal damage. It's not unless your thing has actual death touch.
It doesn't have actual death touch. So
as a triggered ability upon dealing damage. So you have to assign lethal damage to the first thing before you get to move on to the next thing.
Yeah, it's like the death touch trample thing is pretty well known, but this is not actual death touch. All right, cool. We'll fire up another one. That was I mean, obviously we lost game 1 in 3 minutes. I think if you see 3 minutes in this matchup, you know it's a loss, right? Like, or I guess your opponent like went to 3 cards and conceded.
Yeah, sometimes your opponent just like has like a one land green sun, and then you like plow it or whatever, and then they don't cast any spells because their deck has like 14 lands in it or whatever.
Yeah, it's like 14 actual lands, 2 Dryad Arbor, and 4 Cradles. That's definitely a change that occurred during your career. Yeah. Okay, so what Mike is referring to, at one point, you were allowed to split damage however you wanted.
Oh, were you?
Yeah. It was like 3M10 or whatever, I want to say. But they've done a lot of things to make the game make more sense, and generally, I think that's been good for the game.
Yeah. It does make sense, except in like very, very corner cases like that. And it's kind of, I learned it at some point. It was like, what was that? Ravnica RTR Theros standard. I was attacking like a Boros Reckoner into like 2 Frostburn weirds, and I was like trying to assign damage differently. My opponent told me that I had to assign like lethal damage, which is the
yeah.
come up for me.
No, so where that often came up was like Pyroclasm. You would want to split the damage so Pyroclasm would kill multiple creatures. Mana Burn is nonsense and never should have been in the game. I think it was just like Richard Garfield thought it was like a cool flavor thing to do. Then everyone just like hated it, and then it just went away. Probably for the best.
It worked that way with Sword of Kaldra.
All right, let's look at that one, because that is one of the components of Kaldra Complete.
Yes.
I believe that's the +5/+5 one, and has the cause when it deals damage to a creature, exile that creature.
It's the reason Kaldra Complete's a 5/5, and it's the very frivolous line of exiling text that Kaldra has that comes up once in a blue moon.
This person was the last Doomsday? I hope it's not today.
Oh man, Elves into Doomsday. I'm never coming on your stream again, Jarvis.
Maybe they aren't.
Maybe they are, and then go for the turn 1 kill with 2 cards in library versus Double Solitude.
Does that happen to you? Has it happened to you?
I've killed my Doomsday opponent with Solitude once.
I feel like it shouldn't happen.
It shouldn't, but like sometimes.
I think what should actually happen...
Hey, we drew the best card in the matchup, at least.
If they daze it, so be it. Or not.
Yeah, this is a matchup where you just have to like play your hate bears on turn 2 and then get them dazed and then lose.
And
you
one
just like to go
Whoa! Jax is rooting for our opponent. I don't like this.
Shocker. Jax is rooting for our opponent that's casting Dark Ritual and Thassa's Oracle.
This looks a lot like Doomsday to me.
Yeah, maybe it's a different double underground. Maybe it's the... Wow, unlucky. All right, maybe they go for the kill with 2 cards in library.
But I think the actual issue with that hope is, like, why would they do that? Can't they just wait? Oh, I guess Spirit is actually a punishment for that. But except you have to kill them before they get through their entire deck, right?
Yeah, which is like also pretty impossible. Maybe they misclick Oracle not into their pile. Yeah, the classic Callum strat.
I've seen that happen. I've literally seen someone do that. All right, they are bugged.
Wow, main deck Veil of Summer Doomsday. No ideas, Unbound. Are they going to kill us this turn?
I mean, like. if they brainstorm and don't kill us, I'll be very confused.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a deep analysis.
They'll just draw Thassa's Oracle and cast it here. Oh, dang, unlucky.
I mean, it's really easy to play around that. Alright, good beats.
There is an Oracle in Exile, yes. I guess there's 2 Oracles main deck, and...
So the reason to play the second, I think, is if you're scared of one of them being Ragavand.
I guess Ragavan makes some amount of sense.
It's kind of not great, because, like, it actually, like, detracts... Alright, well...
You're just playing a really bad card in your deck for no reason.
Alright, this is what we call the Hail Mary, right?
Yep.
We have a lot of really bad cards.
Yep.
I think I lean towards cutting these, and I lean towards probably cutting, like, I don't know.
Skyclaves.
Like, all of them. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Depends on how you feel about Swords to Plowshares.
Not good, but maybe they, like, fuck it up.
I do leave them in because...
Yeah, maybe they fuck it up, right?
Bad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Your matchup is truly so bad, you do just need to try to get them sometimes. And, like, Skyclave's never going to get them.
Skyclave is a 3-mana 2/2.
Yeah,
exactly. It has no real text. Can I interest you with Morph with no other text?
Yeah, Morph, no backside.
Morph that's harder to cast than a Morph.
Yes.
It's just great.
Cage is worth it for just deep analysis. You played Plow versus Oops and not Doomsday? I feel like Plow has more text versus Doomsday than Oops.
Alright, whatever, keep.
Yeah, keep, lose, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm aware with the keep and lose. I do this often with lands in this matchup too. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess you could like mulligan to turn 1 Sphere in that matchup, but like honestly, I've lost so many times with Sphere in play that I don't even like register that as a plan anymore.
I'm not sure anal is the best nickname for deep analysis. Is it better or worse if you say deep anal?
Also, whatever. I'm not gonna play around Massacre.
Lanthalia, yeah, Massacre's not a card. Don't worry about it. Neither is Days. All right.
Well,
They usually have like Fatal Push, right?
Okay, fair. I love attacking with Mother of Runes more than most people do.
I also have a fair amount of respect for attacking with Mother of Runes.
I mean, it's 5% of their life total. I think we should recruit her for pre-late, probably, right?
Yeah, Thalia doesn't like actually get the job done. Our opponent could just have like land, Dark Ritual, Doomsday still kill us. Or just like 2 lands and kill us in like 2 turns. We don't have any mana down or anything.
Would you say
as much as I want to get Stoneforge down to murder them.
Yeah, I think I want to play my... Oh, that's not bad.
It is a card with text. Problem is, like, we have to play all these fucking like cards that don't do anything, and we're gonna have to put this Pearl on 3, and we're gonna die so badly. To Massacre. The one thing is that Surgical does keep us somewhat insured against personal tutor for Massacre.
Well, we have Thalia out, so... Oh no, we can just untap and do it on our turn. That's great.
Yeah.
I should just get pre-late, right?
Yeah, I think you just gotta have to get Pearl it.
Just like making sure there wasn't anything better.
Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. Just like, we're just gonna fucking die of Dark Red at Doomsday anyway. Although you can map out their pile and like Pearl at them here still. Although it's probably might be worse than casting Surgical Extraction, depending on what happens.
Oh, it shuffles in the best possible order.
Wait, if we had access to Cauldron, was it lethal this turn? What life total are we going to? 8?
Oh, it would be, right? 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh. Maybe that was a pawn?
Yeah. Because I don't think they could cast Doomsday and kill us this turn, but yeah, Stoneforge with Cauldron play. I did not count for lethal.
Can they kill us?
No, they
played. I guess the question is, can they kill us next turn through us Surge going to mess with their pile?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of a punt still. Let's figure out what their pile is. Is it just deep analysis?
No, the lead's gone.
Oh. What is their pile?
I don't know.
There's no oh, they're just gonna like massacre us, right?
So should I just pre-load on 4?
I mean, they'll probably massacre and kill us is the issue. So we just surgical them and play.
Oh, maybe this actually does something. All right,
Probably
I'll
worse
just.
than playing Stoneforge, but we can also just see. I think casting a 2 drop is better than casting a 3 drop here. So I think surgically them to at least see what their hand and pile is
Agreed.
a place to
Because if
start.
there's no massacre, if you just play the spirit, that probably kills them. If they can't like access all of their cards, right?
Yeah, they might not have Massacre in the deck. Plague Engineer, ooh. So they're going to draw a 3-card, cycle Edge, and then have Oracle to kill us, right? So we need, and play Spirit, they just cycle right now, so we just lose. No, I'm looking at hand versus library. Wait, does that change anything? No, yeah, they can't cycle Edge because Edge is in their deck.
Right.
Um.
So if I play this, they'll play
their hand in
naming
library.
human.
And then Wrath us, and that's very bad. But they might not draw it, right? Oh no, that's in their hand. Fuck, I keep getting their hand and library mixed up.
This is really not good. Obviously,
Yeah, Plague Engineer hand is pretty brutal. Why is there a Plague Engineer in their deck? Is the question.
I don't know.
Brainstorm kills us regardless, right? No, I mean if we put Spirit in play, Brainstorm doesn't kill us, right? Because then they don't draw anything.
They'll engineer and they'll have to name human, I think.
Yeah.
Right? Then what
but
happens?
Then all we'll have in play is a Spirit of the Labyrinth. And then if we draw, they'll be at 2 life because we're attacked with everything. They'll be at 2 life, and we need to draw a Flicker Wisp to kill them.
Okay, cool. That's not 0. All right. So I guess that's the play. I don't really see anything better. Do you?
No. Everything's bad. Attack, put them to 2, play Spirit, draw Flicker Wisp. Or play Stoneforge Mystic and have them miss on Oracle. They have an Oracle in hand and an Oracle in library. They can't. Oh, if we play Stoneforge Mystic. No, if we play Stoneforge Mystic, they can. They draw land. They could. Could they kill us? Yeah. Because if they draw land, they could just brainstorm it and then Oracle kills us. Yeah. They would need to draw the land, but their deck is almost all lands. They would need to hit exactly the second Oracle to not kill us if we play Stoneforge. Yeah. I guess we have a 25% chance to win if we play Stoneforge that turn, I think. I don't know if I fully did my math.
Engineers cheats.
Just draw Flicker Wisp. It's not Flicker Wisp. If only we had a Skyclave Apparition. I think we did. I think the punt was not playing Stoneforge on.
Okay. But
Turn
now
3
what?
there. We didn't do the Doomsday math. But yeah, now we're just supremely dead.
So what happens? Is there
They have an
anything I can
Oracle in
do?
hand. They're going to draw a card and then cast Oracle, and we're going to lose.
That's
we have
sad.
nothing to do against it.
That's a tilter. Do the second green source in the library. Why does that matter?
Yeah, they don't need any green man. Like we could turn them off Abrupt Decays, but like they're still gonna just kill us.
Like we're dead to the oracles. Like the decay doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah,
That's really tilting. But I guess that's what you sign up for, right? With 2 literal bad matchups.
Yeah, 2 bad matchups in a row. We won one of them. We had a shot. I think we punted when not playing the Stoneforge. I did not do the math on where they were like exactly dead if they cast Doomsday that turn.
Yeah, they were actually. So I guess I should have figured that out because it's actually with Athalia out. It actually is like they can't really kill you in the same turn that easily, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Oracle being a creature is really obnoxious.
All right. Well, shout out to the donators. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. If you want to do something, that would be a good time. So I'll be right back in 1 sec.
Yeah, that's the big reason I hate Doomsday is exactly Lackey's point. It's just like you spend so long like trying to figure, like looking through their exile and it's like, all right, how can I like really like try to win this game? And it's just always just like, okay, yeah, I have like a 5% chance to win this game at any moment. It might have actually just been correct. Their hand was, they had 5 cards in hand and their deck was land, edge, Thoracle. Their hand was decay, brainstorm, plague engineer, second Thoracle, right? So if we play Stoneforge Mystic for Kaldra and they draw the second Thoracle, then we win, right? No, because they have decay. They don't need to. No, because if they play the engineer, they can't play the decay. And if they play the decay for the Stoneforge, they can't engineer. So yeah, I think it might have been better odds to just play the Stoneforge and hope for the 25%er that they hit the Thassa's Oracle, the second Thassa's Oracle, and die. Which is versus the other plan, which was like draw exactly Flicker Wisp. If we had Skyclaves in the deck, we could have drawn that potentially, but like Plow doesn't do it because they would have gained life to 4.
Yeah, with the problem, I thought about more. With Thalia out, we should have played the Stoneforge.
Yeah.
That I thought about it when I used the restroom. I'm like, that just makes no sense thinking about it in retrospect because the pre-weight isn't even that good because they can very easily kill through it.
The other thing is that I think we should have played the Stoneforge instead of the Spirit of the Labyrinth on that next turn.
I see. Yeah.
Because I think they were. Wait, no. Yeah, because the Brainstorm costs 2 mana. We always die, right?
Exactly. That's why it wasn't 25% on that turn. So, like, by that point, we had to do what we did and hope to draw a Flicker Wisp.
Yeah, never mind. There is no 25% chance. Yeah. I forgot they could just cast the Brainstorm for the land.
No, the punt was playing Recruiter instead of Stoneforge. So that's
100%. I mean, that was like absolute. I think if they were at like 19 life and they were going to if we didn't present lethal, I don't know if that's a punt, but the fact that they were going down to 8 and we had exactly 8 damage on board.
It was more than 8. It was actually 9.
Oh, we've tapped the Stoneforge, right? 7, 8.
Oh yeah, no, right. I was counting the Stoneforge as an attacker, but obviously doesn't.
Yeah.
All right. Well, shout out to Doomsday for being the bane of almost all of my decks that aren't blue-red based. Yeah. And when I'm playing a blue-red deck, I'm like, yes, I'll just bolt you a few times because usually that always happens.
Yeah. The bane of everyone not casting Force of Will.
Well, even Force of Will, I think, is not enough by itself. You actually need the clock, and you probably need days, and Lightning Bolt helps.
It's a matter of like the specific the blue decks right now happen to be like really good against Doomsday. Not even just like the Delver decks, but just the composition.
I think Bant is garbage versus Doomsday personally, but
I guess it depends on like what the variants are looking like now, but like so maybe the older iterations of Bant looked better when they were playing a bunch of endurances and like dress downs and stuff, but as they move towards like the super grindy value piles, like stuff like what Honorog's doing, then they get a lot worse at their Doomsday matchup.
Yeah, well, the other issue is I think generally the problem in that matchup, in my opinion, you can have all these endurances. If you give them enough time, they'll just sculpt a hand with a bunch of pact negations, which I've seen in a bunch of lists. Or more commonly, versus the versions that don't have Wasteland Loam, you just go Shelldock, Postboard, and Emerald.
Yeah, the Shelldock Emerald plan.
Yeah. But all that aside, whatever, you win some, you lose some. But we are winning in the donations. And we could be winning more in the donations if anyone else wants to donate. Exclamation ACS to check that out.
Yeah, Shelldock Emerald also an answer to resolve Torpor Orb or whatever. Also, people don't always copy Kai's list because I just always look up Kai's list and he's never playing Massacre, and then I always get massacred.
Or people just put in one Massacre because they feel like it's a free roll. Because
or people just put in one Plague Engineer, I guess, for reasons.
Right, this person was last seen playing blue-red, so should hope.
Hope they're on blue-red.
This is a
technically lands and spells, but not the good.
I'm going to. If one of these was a plains, I think it's an easy keep.
Yeah,
but obviously.
Easy keep.
Great. To 5 it is, or do you gamble?
Seems like close based on how many 2-drops it has. Like we can play very well off of 2. They kept 7.
So it'll be 32 out of 70.
31, right? We only have 31 lands.
Oh.
And it's at 72 because our bottom card will be a non-land.
Wait, what the hell? Oh, I divided twice. That's not correct.
31 divided by 72. Wait, no.
It
No,
should actually
73
be
is
31.
73 is right because we're adding a 74th card into the deck, but whatever.
So the question is, do you think you're more likely to win with a 5-card hand? Do you think the odds of you winning with a 5-card hand are greater than this?
Better than 40%. Yeah.
Okay, then we should mulligan.
Hmm.
Well, I mean,
we have 2 easy cards to bottom.
I guess this is what we're pressing. I mean, I think we're probably going to lose this game, but
yeah, we have to draw very well.
Our opponent did not mulligan.
Versus Sagas and not Delver of Secrets is... Our hand's really good if they're on, like, blue-red X Saga.
It's like a coin flip on what deck they're on.
Play Ragavan. Dang, unlucky. Not even convinced I want to play into Days here.
So you just want his Field Gale?
Or Karakas go.
Oh, yeah, that's safer versus the...
Slightly better versus Monkey. I mean, if they had Monkey, they probably would have played it, but they could also, like, cantrip Monkey next turn.
Yep.
It's worse against Wasteland because Karakas is our better land, but... Yeah, like, I don't think I want to trade spells for Days in a game that we can play around it. Now we can play Thalia with Karakas up.
Yep.
Let's just play around removal spells. I mean, they get like Days plus Bolted, obviously, but like
well, then you get a 2-for-1 at least that way,
which is something we need to start converting. When we mull to 5.
Wow, Cathar Commando D&T getting a new twin every set. Yeah, you know, it's huge power creep to get was essentially Qasari Pride Mage in one color. That doesn't even have Exalted. Exalted is like a lot better than Flash, I think.
In the same set that Green got like a monumentally better Qasari Pride Mage if it were to be played in D&T.
Yo, we got a raid from Honorog.
What's up, Honorog? We're playing your favorite deck.
Oh yeah, I heard Honorog is a Death and Taxes master.
Yeah, he taught me everything I knew.
Wow. So I should really stop taking lessons from you then.
Yeah, you should have Honorog on the stream instead.
Yeah, exactly.
Opponent really firing off these brainstorms.
It feels like a forcible if they brainstorm twice, but
yeah.
Leicester Fortune is like not more Death and Taxes. Nah, you look. Joking aside, I actually think the deck is reasonable right now. And believe me, if I think the deck is unreasonable, I will not touch it. John knows that.
Yes.
I have so many other decks on my plate that I could play.
Yeah, Jarvis only plays good decks. I play bad decks all the time.
And Honorog plays decks that have a lot of colors in them. Honorog plays decks that really wish Arkham Astrolabe were still legal.
Oh, yeah. Honorog's Invitational card. Just Arkham's Astrolabe reprint, except it's not Snowman anymore. That's yeah, I guess it just gets bolted, but we're probably playing it. We could just pass the turn and flash in our 3-1 instead, because they just have a bunch of mana open, presuming that like our shit's gonna die, right? They have 7 cards in hand and 3 lands. Like, what are they doing? Our Spirit's just gonna get bolted and they're gonna untap, right? 100%. What if they're just on like Sneak? What if they're just not actually on Delver? This game hasn't progressed in a way that it feels like they're on Delver, right?
Yeah. Okay, I'm pro making them waste 1 mana, or 2 mana rather.
Oh, it looks like they're... Oh, no, they're just going to cast it. Okay, no, they're just on Delver. Yeah, see, now if we had played a card, then we just don't convert. Oh, we might cash in this Cathar Commando for a Daze. I'm not sure. I mean, this Cathar Commando is really bad, so I wouldn't be the most opposed to getting it dazed.
We'll see what land they play. If they play Urza Saga, I don't really... Wait.
Wow.
What?
This is just Murktide.
Yeah, but I mean, it's Murktide,
also,
but we'll get
also, this Cathar Commando is just getting pitched to Solitude is what's happening.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think I'm supposed to play it and step anymore.
Yeah.
Ah, shit. I don't like that. That's actually really bad for us.
I like Dark Karakas. The bolt to face means that we're absolutely getting Murktided.
What?
Wow.
Question mark? I don't understand what's happening, but I'm also not.
I want to get Stone Rained.
I'm not.
You're at 20 bolt you. Wait, are they okay? No, they're just going to main 2 and then casting Murktide. Yeah, but we just get to untap and cast Solitude to play around double days. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I'm so happy to like convert my 2 cards for their Murktide if they let me do that. And if they don't, well, whatever. We mulligan a bunch this game.
Luna, I probably would have been more inclined to do that if they didn't have 3 lands. Like Delver's really good at operating off of 2 already. Force Pitch Force, sure.
I think I want to play this one now.
2 cards left. Yeah, probably.
All right. I kind of hope we draw a land next turn so we can recruit it for Solitude. All right.
Yes.
Sure. So they have a Vulcan hand.
Yeah.
I couldn't really.
Recruiting for days now because obviously we.
Yeah, of course. We'll never be able to play around it.
Like, drawing and like we specifically want days out of their hand so we can play Recruiter the Guard.
Yeah. Obviously, it makes sense for them to daze that one because like it shuts off a large portion of their deck.
All right. Well, now we recruit Solitude. Go for the best. We're pitching the Mom or the Thalia.
My instinct is Thalia by this point, but I don't know.
They have 3 land. We have Karakas, which makes the Thalia better, but Mom in general is going to be better. What do we think that they have in hand? They haven't cast anything?
I think they have another land in hand, almost likely from how this game's played out. Because they wasted us and they picked up a land, and they're going to their turn 6. That was 5 lands accounted for, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would pitch Thalia.
I think very likely they have a fetch in their hand.
Hey, we're not dead.
They could have a second Murktide as well, actually. That would make some amount of sense, right? I mean, obviously I don't want them to have a second Murktide because that's like very, very lethal here. Chose not to shuffle? That's a bad sign.
It's spooky.
So, the way I'm reading this game now is I feel like... What?
I mean, they're just getting... We have Karakas in place. They're just... Or they have Bolt.
Okay. No, I was wondering, like... Okay, so now they're empty now, so as long as we don't get
Mized.
All right, they hit a port. I don't really want to draw that personally right here.
I mean, it's okay because we could start.
Oh, okay.
I think I would have played Spirit there because we want to hold up Karakas for Monkey, right?
Dude, I was just gonna play both, but maybe that's not even right.
Do we want to trade Mother of Runes? Oh, that's worse than playing the Mother of Runes, right? We would rather have held up Karakas than trade Mother.
Exactly. I was just leaning towards playing both, but I realized I should have thought about it real quick.
Yeah. I mean, this is fine. We just hope they don't draw cantrip, and then we play the Mom behind the... Or play the Spirit. Now I think we just say go, right? And hope that Object cantrip one turn?
Oh, actually, this sort of makes sense, too, in a different way. It's like accidentally plays around removal.
Oh, well, shit. Now we just trade off the Mom, I think. And slam Spirit versus nothing.
Yep.
Now we're back to feeling smart. We played around them drawing Wasteland by playing the Mom because I think the Spirit's the prize.
Yeah, because if we get into a top deck board, this shuts off a lot of their good draws besides iteration, right?
Yeah. All right, lands are fine. Gets us towards Yorion and lets us cast 3 drops right now.
Oh, apparently my... whatever, I'm not going to fix that right now, but... Okay, you drew a brick.
We put Yorion in our hand. Now our deck has very little bricks. We'll play the land out.
Yeah, I know. I'm just seeing if they'll like move this or something.
Attacking first. Sure. I thought you were just pick up Yorion, go.
No, because that like then if you draw a 5th land, you feel
yes,
stupid. Yeah.
Sometimes brainstorm players just have like permanent. Why would I play frivolous lands?
Well, it's more that like I've been punished so many times and limited by not playing my land out that I think about that thing. Because like that's a thing that happens a lot in draft.
Yeah.
Because people want to like bluff, and I'm just like, well, there's a lot of reasons not to do that. They really draw Murktide?
Wow.
Oh shit. They didn't even cantrip. They drew Borrower.
They just drew Borrower Murktide. Well, hey.
Yeah, we're mostly dead because what has to happen is I have to block the Murktide now.
Yeah, I think we were actually dead, right? We go to 2 and they have 2 lethal attackers. We don't have anything that can beat 2 flyers.
That was sad. Like, our mode of 5 actually performed pretty well there.
Yeah, we had a lot of good tools, and then they drew Wasteland to effectively kill our Mother of Ruins, and then Brazen Borrower, and then Murktide.
No, but Lysurg, the difference is their deck can top deck cantrips in that situation. Like the comparison you're making is not actually correct, is what I'm saying.
Rips, judgments, call it a day.
Probably cut like I kind of think they're not the version of the deck that, but they might have Torpor Orb, right? That's the issue.
I usually don't think Delver's on Torpor Orb. I don't know if that's a correct assessment. If I like saw it, I would probably like maybe bring them back in. But we also do have Judgment, so we're not like fully cold to it or anything.
All right, what do you want to side out besides?
We probably shave like cut the Prelate, shave a Thalia.
Right.
Thalia secretly not super good against Delver anymore and hasn't been for a while.
That was a sad, sad, sad game.
We tried our hardest. It was a mold of 5, and
yeah.
Opponent drew very well in our top deck war.
I was rooting for them to just draw a cantrip every turn because their deck is mostly cantrips.
Yeah, I like Spirit more than Thalia generally in the matchup. No, I'm not really a fan of both of them. I'm a bigger fan of Spirit on the play as well. It's just like gums up their shit more often. The bolt to face paid off in the end. Yeah, I mean, the only reason you ever bolt to face there is because they were setting up for like a slightly bigger Murktide, which ended up not mattering because we like instantly killed that one. No, we did take 7 off of it because they forced our first Solitude. This hand's not very good, huh?
I'm inclined to look.
I keep some loose hands, but definitely not this loose. If this hand had a Karakas, maybe. Oh, this hand's way better.
I'm going to ship.
I like all these cards. I guess Skyclave probably.
It's Skyclave, right?
Yeah. Skyclave's a little bit redundant with the plow. You would keep that 7? Lunel's a psychopath. What are you gonna do? Turn 2 Spirit, turn 3 Field of Ruin them?
I don't understand how you win if you keep that hand, really. It seems like you.
Oh, they have basics too. The Field of Ruin's awful. I don't know why they wastelanded our Field of Ruin now if they have basics. Turn 2 Port, turn 3 Field.
Do you want to play around days or not?
5 cards in hand. I think it's pretty free to play around days because getting Mother Ruins online is just really good anyway.
Yeah, agreed. Also, like
they don't have like bolt up either.
Exactly.
They have to spend this turn like not doing anything, or if like firing off a brainstorm or something weird.
Yeah, I was thinking it's possible that they sided in Basic Island, but that would be so unlikely given how the decks are book constructed nowadays.
Yeah, I would agree with that assessment.
Turn 2 Port, turn 3 Field, and just auto lose 2 Rags? I don't know, that seems
I'll lose like anything. Just like we're just have nothing going on. I would have maybe kept the hand on like 6.
All right, it's
Doesn't like
time for Wasteland Spirit.
Spirit then Wasteland, but yeah.
Well, do you want to play around days?
Well, we play around days by playing Spirit first and then Wastelanding their Volcanic, right?
They have 2
We don't play around
islands.
days. Well, no, that's what I'm saying. We cast the Spirit before we activate the Wasteland.
Yeah, no. I meant
Play the Wasteland, then
Yeah,
cast the Spirit, then activate the Wasteland.
don't worry. I think we're secret on the same page. You just confused me with rewarding. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Fine. You have a second days.
You were saying Wasteland is in put the Wasteland into play. I was saying Wasteland is in activate the Wasteland.
Yeah.
Blue.
It's just Murktide.
But that's fine.
We'll just plow it and waste them and, carry on with it.
The fact that they were so protective of the, like, dazing there means that I feel like they're, like, pretty land light here. Plow first, because we probably don't want to Wasteland although we might be priced into anyway and just hoping we draw. Okay, never mind. We just Wasteland them.
So you want to waste them, is what you're saying.
I'm inclined. Their daze play makes me think that they're land light, right?
That would sort of make sense.
And it also protects the Spirit because it takes away their rend source, so they can't just like cantrip into more removal spells. I'm pretty hesitant to use removal like mana denial on Delver a lot of the time because I think our mana is more important. But their daze play was really weird. Like, I don't think they make that daze play if they just have a Scalding Tarn in their hand. I guess they made the daze play to convert for the Murktide again. They've shown that they're pretty aggressive about converting spells to make.
Yo, we got a $50 donation from Honorag These Nuts Das. And no, I'm not changing your name. That's the official name. John can back me up, right?
I thought it was Honorag or Anzi D&T. That's what I heard.
They're approximately the same, right?
Anzi D's Nuts also works.
All right. What do you want to get?
I don't know. We got 3 lands, one of which is very wastelandable. Kind of in for a 2-drop.
So then probably just Stoneforge it.
We have a removal spell. Stoneforge is like probably okay. They have 3 cards in hand and did not removal spell our Spirit. Yeah, I like Stoneforge well enough.
All right. Yeah, Unrock is the Mind Goblin player for sure.
Yeah, definitely. It's a 2-mana removal spell in Spirit, maybe? A Braid? Oh, sure.
Okay, whatever. That's fine.
It's nice because if we draw 4th land, we can double spell now.
Exactly what I was thinking. What is this?
Another dragon? Oh. Haha! Council's Judgment time. We came prepared.
I've actually been pro playing this card again because I think it's like it's where the format shifted into place where it's harder to remove this. But so do you want to just CJ this turn?
I don't think their last card is Days. So
do we need to CJ this turn is the other question.
Yeah, we could like just try to develop like put our lock pieces into play, right? Like put Spirit into play to make their life harder. And potentially, like, even draw a land.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
You had Mom plus Stone... Or Mom plus Stoneforge? I like Mom plus Spirit, I think. Although,
I like
if they had a cantrip, they probably... No, they played their 3rd land last turn, right? No, they had 3 lands. I'm already forgetting.
They played their land last turn.
Okay, so they only had access to 3.
They dazed once, and we wasted them once, so it was 5 plus... Or it was 3 plus 2. That's all of the lands accounted for. So they're just going to try to race us, I think.
Yeah, we were under the gun a little bit here because they just get to like,
That's not ideal, but it's manageable. It also makes me really glad we didn't get a 3-drop.
Yeah, that's exactly why I didn't want to get a 3-drop is because like this stuff always happens. But it's a little bit not ideal because now we're sitting facing 3-1s, but now we're not. So
I kind of just want to cast a Stoneforge and try to beat them up, but maybe that's crazy.
It's like I think it's a little bit crazy. We go to 11, right? Which is pretty spooky.
All right.
I think I just want to get this true name off the table.
Oh, I forgot it auto targets if there's only one target. Or one choice, rather.
Oh, yeah. I always forget Brazen Borrower can't block.
It's Cloud
Even
Spirit.
if it could, I think that attack's correct. But
because, I mean...
because they have to tap out for the Brazen Borrower and then like what block and then get it eaten by the Mother of Runes, and then they need to untap and have a removal spell for the Spirit or whatever. So now I won't talk about the card that I'm scared of. Because
we're not mentioning that. Although I think so few people play that card besides me, so.
Ooh, that's a good draw. I'm not scared of anything anymore. I don't know what card you were talking about, but
I was thinking about Sulfur Elemental.
Oh, I guess I would be scared of that card, but not really on my radar.
Yeah, I thought that's the card you're referring to.
The card I was scared of was Murktide Regent, but I guess it's actually not big, right? They don't have anything in the graveyard.
Yeah,
I was just thinking about them making like a 5/5.
Yeah, I think I just play Stoneforge here.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really do anything else. If we need to remove something, we can pick up Yorion to cast our 3-mana Swords of Plowshares in a pinch. What do you want is the question. They're going to 9 this turn. Is it just Kaldra? They're just dead, right?
I think.
No, yeah, they're actually dead. With Mother of Runes in play, I'm pretty sure it's just Kaldra killed them.
Yep, because you basically can stop most points of interaction except for bouncing the artifact itself.
Yeah, and this sticks around all their like various shatter effects. If we grab like GTA or Sword or something, they could have an Abrade or
they have to play the Shame Ponder.
Look at the top 3 cards you may shuffle.
I've cast a lot of those Ponders in my life, and it's usually just looking for Sulfur Elemental to escape these board states. I usually play one. Because that card's really, really, really good. Like,
my personal favorite is the Shame instant speed Brainstorm into Spirit to try to hit Terminus.
Oh, I see. Because they can only draw 1 card per turn.
Yeah, right. They just cast it on your turn to try to spike a Terminus off the top, and then I've probably die if they miss.
I've done that before versus Spirit to literally put Terminuses back on top of my deck.
Oh, that's also true. That's
that's like actually a good use of the card, even though like it obviously feels bad. Do we change anything? Probably not. Right.
Yeah, there's an argument for like Spirit versus Thalia being kind of like a weird play draw thing. Spirit's like worse as if we're playing from behind because it's just it's more tempo negative for us versus their removal spells, or like they'll have to cast more cantrips and stuff already.
Oh, Jack called this deck the worst deck in Legacy.
It might be the worst playable deck in Legacy, which is I'm sure not what he meant, but
okay. Also, hello Anna. Sorry I missed your message. I was trying to figure out how to win that game. And yeah, we could Thalia, worse index. Flying Glyph is better than Glyph, yes. Black has no shortage of absolute kill spells from Murktide. Yes, you're correct, but black sucks. Like, I'm not even, like, I don't even know how to put it. It's just, like, a terrible color right now.
Yeah, black's just, like, there's nothing, like, really drawing people to playing black.
Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual.
Exactly. Like, Thoughtseize has been outclassed by everything that exists. Removal spells are just much better in other colors. Abrupt Kick got outclassed by Prismatic Ending. Plague Engineer is, like, one of the only, like, quote-unquote good black cards left that's fair black cards left.
Yeah, Plague Engineer is also, like...
It's also not as good anymore because most of the decks that are good that Plague Engineer is good against aren't very good right now. I guess Elves and D&T are both.
Ooh, fantastic hand.
Yeah, that's gas. Let's fucking go. We even have Karakas for turn 1 Monkey. Not turn 1 Monkey.
So I think they're probably like so-called Delverless Delver is how I would put it.
Probably.
But, do you play Karakas in these spots?
No.
Yeah, because I think Karakas is just way too good in your deck. Exposing you to Wasteland actually is.
Yeah, and just like if they dash Ragavan next turn, I just don't care. And B, I don't know if I actually had a B, but it's just you just.
I guess I lied. Never mind. Okay.
Foolish jar. They're probably just on like the 2 Delver list or whatever. Although they did show us that they had like weird stuff. Brazen Bar.
I don't think I care about that creature.
Definitely not enough to plow it into days. I don't love casting a creature here because they just have Bolt Up. So I might just end up plowing it this coming turn cycle and just like play around days with our hand.
Yeah, I mean, we're giving them some tempo by doing this. Like, this is the literal definition of giving up tempo, but Oh, they flipped it.
The thing is that like it's also tempo loss to play our 2-drop and get it bolted, right?
Yeah, technically. Should I kill this?
I think so. We have Solitude, so like if they have another scary thing, I'm not.
If it hadn't flipped, I was definitely not killing it. But I guess they knew it was going to flip because of Thunder.
It's expressive, sure. Hopefully they hit like Monkey.
I mean, sometimes I just play my spells into daze because I don't care. But I don't think this is a scenario where.
Yeah, it's just extremely hand dependent. If they didn't have a Volcanic up, I would have been happy casting a 2-drop there. Ooh, I like. Well, now they have Volcanic up, but like we can't do anything about that. Sneaky Culture is a nice one because they don't always kill your Stoneforge Mystic. But I don't know. Do you want to play Stoneforge or Spirit here, you think?
If we're going to get one killed, I'd rather get the Stoneforge killed, I think.
Yeah, probably. Especially because it's getting an equipable piece of equipment, right? We probably get GT here.
Yeah, my default's GT versus them. Whoa.
It's not getting bolted. And if we get GT, they might just not bolt it. And then we get to get them. Or add Yorion.
They did show Petty Theft.
Luinel's just a mad lad. Add Yorion in hand this turn? Insane.
That is really not good.
Absolutely deranged behavior, Luinel.
I can't tell if he actually makes these plays or not.
He does sometimes. Luinel has some really weird. Like I could see why he would make that play, right? Because we like it's probably just gonna get pitched to the Solitude. The rest of our hands are really good, and like the prevailing thing if they have the Volk up for like a bolt on any of our 2-drops. We're getting to the point of the game that they're always just gonna have a Volk up if they want to have a bolt or whatever. Yeah.
That's a good sign for us. I feel like they're just spinning, right? They're spinning their wheels.
I'm happy to play against Divinations. More happy to play against Divinations than Murktides.
Man, your prediction might come true, where they just don't kill our thing, but there's like, they got GT, what an idiot. We'll just go the creature it gets equipped to.
I mean, yeah, this Sneaky Cauldron is like really good because they just like really honestly, don't want to kill the Stoneforge.
If I were in their spot, I'd be like, why did they get that? I would get to the deduction that you either have Better Score or Cauldron in your hand.
Sometimes it's correct to grab the GT, right? If you expect, like, we've been thinking that they've bolt this whole time, right? So like you wouldn't really want to grab. I would have maybe grabbed Batter Skull if I didn't have Cauldron, because Batter Skull's kind of castable.
Cauldron Complete is not castable. That's not how that card works. Oh, okay. I think we have to play into daze this turn. Or no, we don't have to play into daze. Can I just play this first?
Yeah. There's no way they just like daze it. It's like 6 soul. I guess maybe, so we don't get to put in the GT this turn or whatever, but if they daze, I don't even know if I would pay.
Do I play Port?
I think I'm playing Port. I think I value the Karakas more.
Alright, now we try to beat them up.
Yeah, it's Cauldron beatdown time.
Do you think they have regrets about right now?
They're looking at like the bolt and a braid in their hand and they're like, Or they're looking at the brazen bar in their hand and they're like, what an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, this one is certainly worse versus Brazen Bower than the other variants of this type of card.
Yeah, but even if they have Brazen Bar, it's 2 mana, and we still have like a bunch of creatures in play in GT, and like the Spirit, we have a removal spell in our hand. We're like still.
This card is so freaking good.
Culture's so messed up.
Look how many words it has on it. I can't believe people don't like this card.
I underrated this card when it came out. I thought it was going to be like fucking what's the Withengar Unbound? I always forget its name. Elber's
the Binding Blade. That card sucks, but it's kind of close. I've definitely
exactly. It's like the super win more cards. Like, oh, you put it in off your Stoneforge and just make a giant thing, and it's unbeatable, right? And that's kind of how I thought about Cauldron like initially. But then it took me like exactly 1 match of Magic with Cauldron in my deck, and I was like, holy shit.
Well, so I think the thing is, if your Stoneforge doesn't die and you get to get Cauldron Complete, that's even good versus fair decks. And Cauldron Complete is definitely better versus unfair decks as well. So
yeah, that's a big thing. Is that
now it's dead. Okay, you got us.
The shame bolt. Oh, we got him. Is this Murktide? Oh, sure.
Whatever. That's fine. I mean,
and hope we get. Oh, is this Brazen Bar? I think I would probably play around Brazen Bar here, just like not go.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Like, just
cast our Recruiter, do things instead.
I'll Planes, probably.
I don't think it. I mean, we can just attack first, right? If they wasteland us in combat, how much do we care? I don't think. Because if they were going to wasteland us, they would have wastelanded us.
All right, cool. That went through. I do not think they have petty theft because I think they are priced into. So we should just recruit it for something, right?
Yeah, recruit for something, and then I'm probably. I think I just want to recruit for like a wisp or something. Wait, 6 cards in hand, maybe not. Let's put this recruiter into play, and then.
I'll leave the
GT plus Yorion in my hand is the deranged line. Literally, you gotta stop, man. It's unhealthy. What is this?
GT plus Yorion? What is that?
Deal.
All right.
Okay. Pay.
What is going on?
Sure. They just have 3 dazes?
I guess they're trying to make a big Murktide?
Murktide? They already made a big Murktide with their graveyard, right?
No, not this game.
Oh no, like their graveyard already makes a big Murktide. They already have 5 instants or sorceries. What do I want here?
Do we just get second Solitude?
Oh yeah, we can just hardcast Solitude, so maybe we just want Solitudes as emergency, like kill.
And if they waste us, we can always put this in hand and just do the thing. That was one thing I noticed. Kahira in the Elementals deck was so freaking insane. Same way as Solid,
3 mana Source of Pleasure.
Why did that come in? What?
Resolves.
Why?
Resolves.
Why do people do this shit? I don't even like this card. I think this card is like garbage in Delver decks, and people always play it.
Absolutely fucking resolves. How will we ever win now? We can't draw a card off of our Sword of Fire and Ice.
That card is not in our hand, nor will we find it anytime soon.
Also, we just get to trigger. They can't stop Gita. Okay, yeah, they figured it out.
What the hell happened there? What was that game? They got all this value and just died to our idiots?
They cast 2 divinations and 1 creature and then die.
Yeah, this is why people think they have good Delver matchups. It's because what our opponent did made almost no sense.
Actually, doesn't even find petty theft.
To be fair, I've been playing other games with my friend, and my friend told me what you did just makes no sense, and I'm like, oh, you're right. So I think it's just sometimes it's hard when you're lower on the learning curve, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, that was it was satisfying to win that one because I think our opponent's deck was in a configuration it shouldn't be, so it feels like we got rewarded. I would not side in Narset versus any Death and Taxes player.
Yeah.
I would not. I also like Hull Breacher better than Narset because one thing that happens a lot versus combo decks is you don't really want to tap out. So just having a flash threat's better than Narset anyways. And if you ever cack a Brainstorm, the game immediately ends on the spot. Trust me.
Yeah. I've vialed in enough Spirit of Labyrinths to know that the game ends on the spot.
No, it was Doomsday. We beat Elves 2-1 round 1. We won game 3 with Peacekeeper lock for Elves.
Yeah. And there aren't enough cuts in Delver to want to board in my cards are bad, I need to bring in this Narset against D&D. That's just you're never getting there as the current configuration of Delver decks.
You guys are cruel. Well, our opponent tried to kill us with Predator Hoof in game 2.
Put a Progenitus into play on turn 3. That's not fair.
Also, game 2, they put us to 1 life with this hoof, and I'm like, we can barely live, and then we squawk out a win because their hoof wasn't lethal, essentially.
Yeah.
Squawked.
Yeah, they turn 3 NO'd us games 2 and 3, and then we won.
Basically, I feel like if I had been playing the deck, I would have 3-0'd the D&T opponent, but do you keep?
I hate 1-land Vial hands in the current era. They're much better on the play, though. I kind of hate this hand, but
I also don't like Elvish Proclaimer that much.
This is a snap keep. This is a snap keep. This is a bad 6 snap ship. Good job, Twitch chat.
Well, a YOLO has been thrown out.
YOLO has been called. Yeah, that's the thing is that I think people read 1-land Vial hand Vial. It's the end all be all of these decks, which is just not true anymore. Jack is a never mulligamer. All right, yeah, mulligan's hand.
Right. Is this better? I'm not even convinced this is better, actually, but...
It's got lands and spells.
I'm chipping the second Solitude, right?
Yeah.
The last time I played against this person, they were on the blue artifact deck, by the way, but I don't know, whatevs.
We have a 3-mana disenchant.
That's
Clearly
not...
good against the artifact deck.
That... You ever play against, like, a real affinity deck? One disenchant doesn't do jack shit. You, like, lose by so much, right?
We have a 3-mana disenchant and a Force of Swords to Plowshares. How do we ever lose? I think I'm just
porting them, yeah.
Weird?
No, it's not. Their mana is real fucking bad.
Yeah, I don't know what is just Seat of the Sun I'd go on 7.
They only have 4 soul lands in their deck, by the way.
But I guess maybe it was like just turn 2 Psy into a bunch of zeros or something. An uncastable Sanctum Prelate. Do they have basics?
They have 2 Snow Islands.
Wow, unlucky. Can't just Stone Rain them.
Well, we could Stone Rain them with our other card.
No, we could Cathar Commando the seat. I think that's worth importing. I think I'd rather like port the Ancient Tomb than Cathar Commando the seat.
Okay, so you want to go and just port the Ancient Tomb?
Yeah, I think so. I'm deeply concerned about, like, I guess we're not that concerned about Psy because we have Solitude. Ooh, now we can Cathar Commando that. But then we can't port anything, which is kind of unfortunate. But maybe we don't care anymore. Yeah, starting to feel like we don't care about porting anymore. Cathar Commando is a little mana inefficient, though, but I guess our hand is just mono 3s. Almost mono uncastables. We could just field it, yeah. We could just field it and leave and cast Cathar Commando at some point. It's not like they have removal spells. It's probably better. They already have 2 mana to activate the Retrofitter, right? So fielding doesn't really do anything.
Oh shit! I should have just left port on that. No, I'm casting the 3-1, right?
Yeah, there's a chance maybe we wanted to port this next turn. Probably not. No, because yeah, we field to ruin them. We port their Ancient Tomb. They have 3 mana. They can cast most of the things in their deck already.
I feel like we're gonna lose to this Foundry. Is that
we can
accurate?
Cathar Commando it if we really need to. And Foundry's like really beatable for D&T. Yeah, I think we're just like solituting this side as soon as we have priority. Probably pitching Prelate, maybe?
I think Prelate. Like, Prelate on 0 is obviously something, but whatever.
Yeah.
If they force it, we probably lose.
Depending on how many more zeros they have after that, but yeah. Sick.
Psy is so good in their deck. It's like...
Yeah. Psy is really gross. Yeah, I was thinking about the Psy since the Seat of the Sun would go into Ancient Tomb Go really felt like they kept like just a turn 2 Psy into a bunch of bullshit hand. All right, now we're doing scary things again.
I'll cast this in response because they draw a force. Because we're probably going to need to resolve this. But I think the real issue with this matchup, in my opinion, is those, like, all those... Their draw 2s that are attached to creatures are really problematic. And their Psy is problematic, and... I don't know. I think this is a pretty horrific matchup, if I had to guess.
I have not played against it enough to have a strong opinion on it. I played against it like once, maybe twice in different iterations.
Spirit of the Labyrinth is really good, though.
Yeah. Is it good enough? It's probably not. Is it good enough to want right now?
I think it is, actually.
Can we beat everything in play?
I mean, eventually with Yorion, right?
Yeah, they have 6 power flyers, right? Assuming they're going to convert the servo into a Thopter.
But we can use one of these to kill that. I mean, I don't know.
Can we? Do we need to kill the Foundry this turn? Killing the Foundry is just really awkward on our mana, right? Because we can't do anything else that turn. We have to, like...
Yeah, that's the issue. GT? I don't think GT is going to be good enough this game, personally.
There's because the retro. Well, we'd have to like also blow up the retrofitter to connect with GTA.
I think I'm going to Commando the Foundry and play Recruiter for Spirit, but
Spirit might be too slow for not playing it this turn is another issue though, right? So maybe we want like Stoneforge or something. The following turn we like Wisp plus Stoneforge Mystic. I think we need to win this board, and I think the only way to win this board is Stoneforge Mystic.
okay.
We just need to hope that they don't chain up 100
Oh,
draws.
so I'm leaving the Foundry this turn.
No, I'm sorry. I mean, destroy the Foundry plus Recruiter for Stoneforge this turn.
I feel like that has the same problem as destroying the Foundry Recruiter for a Spirit, though, right?
But like, how are we beating the board if we just recruit Spirit of the Labyrinth, right? They're gonna attack it. So we Commando the Foundry. They make a Thopter. They attack us for 6 down to 13. Next turn we like play a Spirit and play a Flicker Wisp on our Recruiter and get something with it.
Oh, this can become a 4/4 actually. Maybe we do have to Wisp the 4/4 that they make.
Well, we can't do that this turn
because if we do that, they'll initiate, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think
that's maybe reasonable. Yeah.
I was trying to figure out what Louis was saying, and I'm like, oh, this turns into a 4/4.
Oh right? Yeah. I wasn't paying any attention to chat. I never pay attention to chat.
I pay attention to certain people.
I never pay attention to Luanil specifically.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, this makes a lot more sense. We just get the Wisp and play this turn. We can trade it with a 2/2, and then we can recruit something next turn.
I mean,
if we draw land, we can like recruit Whisper.
Let's be clear. I think we're losing this game most of the time, considering they have 6 cards in hand still.
6 cards in hand.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you just gotta get lucky. I'm going Spirit before the.
Yeah, that's true. Oh god, that Saga's also a problem.
I mean, it only makes one thing, right? Because we could port it if we need to. Oh, we can Karakas it. They get a Thopter. I think we're dead. Yeah. I think this is too many things, and we don't have enough things. Oh, need to turn off my notifications.
Wait, what?
They sacked the Opal to
the side ability?
To the side to draw, yeah. I don't really know why, but
that was weird. Yeah.
They have 7 cards in hand. We have nothing useful. We have to. I don't even know what our plan is.
Well, I think I have to cast this and hope.
Well, the issue is that we kind of also have to. Like, I guess we don't have to port this Saga, but then we should have left Karakas up.
All right, well, whatever. We can concede.
Right click concede.
Wow, that game sucked. Austere Command off the top gets us out of this. Well, we don't have the 6th mana, first off, because Austere Command is 4 white. Second.
Wait, is it really?
Yeah.
That card sucks.
I played a lot of Austere Commands in my life.
I've never cast one.
Well, see, it was behind Wrath of God because you want to diversify because of Meddling Mage.
That classic strat.
Yeah. Anyways, joking aside.
I'll be honest, I have not played against this deck nearly often.
So this shuts off Emery, but that's like not that good.
Do they have LED Echo in this deck?
They do, but it's like kind of their plan C, funnily enough. They don't have Hole Breachers or anything.
Yeah, it's just literally to refuel sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's like, okay, I have this 0 mana artifact or whatever for my side.
Like, Deafening Silence is okay, but not like insane, which is kind of funny.
It's like probably much better on the play than the draw, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
So I'd at least be happy with it in game 1. How do I feel about Rip? Worse than I do about Cage.
Yeah, Cage is hold on. Is there a use case where
Rip is better than Cage if they blow up your Cage and then cast their Echo?
Their deck doesn't really have a way to remove an artifact.
Yeah, they probably just have like bounce spells and
they don't even really. Like their deck is so like clogged up with their engine that it generally doesn't work like that. What can I set up? This seems like actually irrelevant.
Side out our Mother of Runes. Those seem pretty horrible.
Oh, can I side all of them out?
Probably. Like, what are we using it for? Blocking their Windrakes?
Yeah, it actually does seem quite awful now that I think about it.
Like protection from Dismember or whatever? You cut one more card.
Yeah. I don't love the G-Tape, but I guess you kind of have to play it.
Yeah, it's kind of important against like a bunch of like annoying Softwares and shit. I mean, it's acceptable, yeah, but do you have like a better card to board out, Luno?
Alright, what's the last card? 30 seconds.
I kind of like all these cards, huh? Let me just cut the cage.
Alright.
I don't think it's like super great.
It's good for Semri. It's like
yeah,
really good for Semri.
Emery's one of the least scary parts of their deck with our like Karakas, 8 plows, Skyclaves, stuff like that.
Play Mindbreak Trap? I don't love Mindbreak Trap versus them personally, but
maybe Mindbreak's like better on the draw because you're more likely to actually convert it versus like Deafening Silence a lot worse on the draw because they can just like spew out a bunch of zeros.
Well,
yeah, this hand's keepable.
Yeah, it's like not exciting, but that's like kind of.
But I'm happy enough. We have 2 answers for Sagas. We have turn 2 Spirit Labyrinth, which is probably going to be better than turn 2 Thalia. But
there goes our Cage plus Eternalize Wombo combo. Yeah, we can't do it. We can't style on them. That we know that
Cage and then flex on them by activating our Eternalize. I think you lead with Karakas.
I agree. They did go to 6 at least, but
yeah. So if they play turn 1 Emery, then you can just bounce it on tap, play 2.
Yep.
Oh no, are we just wheeling? Oh. Sure.
Oh, they do have Hull Breacher. Huh. That's not ordinary for that deck. But I guess people are allowed to change the deck, right?
It's a little bit scary to repeatedly bounce this Emery because they have Echo, but we're going to play Spirit now, so.
Off Wasteland, I think, right? Another waste.
Yeah. I definitely want Spirit in play now because I don't want them to just like recast Emery and find.
Oh, they have a force. That's.
They pitched
kind of boo. What happens if Hull Breacher and Return play?
They'll get versus Echo specifically. They'll get 7 treasure.
Oh, okay. Lame.
They'll get 7 treasures because you still get a draw step because you haven't drawn a card this turn. Oh no, our Solitude's gone. Hopefully they don't have too many zeros. Hopefully they don't have too many zeros. They see our Deafening Silence.
And they see our top card.
And our top card, which is...
Find out in a sec.
Flagrant Wisp. Just Skyclave the Psy. Hope they don't have Force.
They had 5 cards.
Are you into bouncing the Psy and playing Thalia?
That's what I'm thinking about, essentially.
I mean, it wouldn't be unreasonable because they don't have that much mana left over. They didn't play a land. Oh, no, they did play the land before they echoed last turn. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Thalia plus Karakas might be better. It's also better against Force of Will.
That's what I'm thinking about.
Could have evoked the Solitude to get the Thalia out of the deck with the reshuffle. We drew a Thalia and it's pretty good here, so I don't even know if we wanted to do that, right? I can't tell if this is a joke about not wanting to draw Thalia because it's bad.
I don't know. I think those scenarios are like kind of...
I've done it before against Ruby Storm specifically.
Okay.
But it's a little bit weirder in this matchup because... Okay, so we could just Skyclave plus Wasteland, right?
Yeah.
Because I think we're getting to the point where I don't want to keep bouncing the Psy. Although we could probably not kill this. Wait, we could. Although no, because if we bounce the Psy, we only have 2 mana left, right? Because we have to Wasteland.
Yep.
We could play Deafening Silence if we wanted, but I think I just like getting rid of the Psy so we don't have to keep bouncing it.
Great. We have to go for the Saga just in case they have Ancient Tomb. Or literally any mana source does the job.
Yeah, I also just like them to get them getting to chapter 3. It's just rather do that than kill their seat. It's not like we're cutting them off of blue. We can't prel it on 0 and Karakas the Sai and kill the Saga though. So it's like if we're playing a 3-drop, we have to play the Skyclave. So our only options were Skyclave the Sai or Karakas the Sai play Deafening Silence. Okay, well we have port for that, so they only get 1 construct out of it. Now we have to play the Deafening.
Yeah. Their constructs are really big, and remember they play Shadow Spear, so it's like kind of a pain in the butt.
Yeah, but we have Wisp for the so we port the first Saga activation, then we flicker with the second one, so we're still okay. We just spend this turn playing the Deafening Silence unless we draw something better. Oh, that's better.
That is better.
Hit him with the Thalia. Play Spirit. Say go. That is in fact a lot better. What's happening? Oh, ooh, wow, they got us good. Do we care? Would we rather save the Thalia or play Spirit?
I think I'd rather play Spirit.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think we care about the Thalia very much.
I mean, it kind of sucks because like a 3/3 is a meaningful body too, but whatever.
Guess we could have picked it up and played the Deafening Silence again.
But then you have to deal with that, right?
Yeah, we wouldn't have replayed the Thalia. We would just have to play the Deafening Silence. But yeah, I think I like getting the Spirit down. The Thalia stopped being as important. What are they doing now? Are they just one of the
jeez.
Decking Dismember? Sheesh.
That's so disastrous, actually.
It's not the end of the world. We're going to 13 here. Shadow Spear is a little spooky. Now we have a lot of answers to like random bullshit. Man, this game would have been going a lot better if we had a Spirit of Labyrinth in play, huh?
Yeah, that's how their deck works.
Yeah, the Dismember was really gross. It's possible we just need to flicker with the illusion and top deck something for the construct.
I agree with you.
Probably just play both our 1s, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Play the Vial first.
Yep. Unfortunately, I guess this is why Deafening Silence is not so good, because in these games it's like kind of dead, right?
I mean, they could still like against like that last turn if we had Deafening Silence to play, right? They played like a Shadow Spear and a Thought Cast and a Dismember. Like they cast 3 spells last turn. It's worse against Thought Monitor than Thought Cast, obviously, but Mindbreak Trap would have been live that turn too.
Christ.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I don't like this matchup, but
I don't know. They were like running pretty hot this game, I think. We were like pretty fine here, and then they turn 2 wheeled us into like double Saga, double Dismember.
I think I should just trade.
Maybe not. No, there's no way we can't get a Yorion. So yeah, I guess it's probably fine.
I mean, it sucks because it has trample as well, but like whatevs.
We just need to draw Solitude or Flicker Wisp.
I mean, that's like it's only a start too.
Okay. We're literally dead, right? They equip, attack us for 11.
God, that's... Yeah. Our deck did not look good that match. It looked like we were in bad shape most of the time, is how I would put it, right?
Yeah, the double Dismember was like really gross. Maybe we were like, is there a world that we're like not supposed to attack with Thalia to play around Dismember specifically?
But
I just don't know that deck list enough.
Well, they have like 2 or 3 Dismembers in their side, but they don't have like 4, so I wouldn't play around it most of the time.
Like how it was so much better for us if we just have Thalia and play that whole game, right? And just like how much is that was that 2 damage worth? Is it worth thinking about Dismember there?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Like The problem is I don't like waiting because their deck is also really good at just chaining a bunch of draw twos. I just want to attack whenever I can. I just
Yeah,
like
but
kind
we
of
have Spirit, but then they also dismembered that, so I don't know. It's also possible that attacking was better for us because if we just play Spirit Go and they have one dismember, they just dismember the Spirit, right? Which is way worse for us. So attacking to bait out the Spirit is like better for us than getting the Spirit dismembered, and then the second dismember fucked us.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, never mind. I've talked myself back out of the play. I've talked myself into us having the good line.
You mean attacking?
Yeah.
All right. Someone has requested I start prediction for match 5 to see if we'll win. 5. Yeah, sad. Round 2, I don't think we could have done much. In that round, it also felt like we couldn't do much, right? I think it was good to bounce and play and say yes.
The real prediction that should happen is...
Oh, will anyone donate?
Yeah, are people going to donate to ACS? Which the answer should be yes.
Yeah, we did get 50 from Anu. Anu D's nuts. I'm still laughing about the Matt Vuk donation. We did it. The person he beat, wasn't he supposed to donate too? Guess we'll find out.
What's my favorite 2-3 in D&T? What's the Archon? Whatever the new Archon is.
Whoa, we have to win match 3 because XJCloud says $10 for each win today. Oh god! So if we had been 05, you would have just donated 0. That's
no, I still would have donated.
I know. I'm just exaggerating for comic effect.
I'm putting some stakes on this last match though. I'll donate another 10 if we win.
Okay. Well, for what it's worth, I'm kind of sad now because I was at 1899 constructed before this week, and I'm now definitely nowhere close to that.
Getting destroyed.
But it also doesn't matter. Rating is like completely irrelevant. God, this is the same situation.
It's even worse because it's a colorless land. Doesn't even cast our plow.
All right, so you want a mole?
Yeah, I want a colorless hand.
All right, well, this is the same hand but better.
Much better.
So ship Cathar Commando.
Yeah, we just ship the Commando. It's like a pretty niche card that's not always going to be relevant.
All right, do you go waste?
No, we just go planes. Okay. There's no reason to go waste. We want them to like fetch a non-basic.
Maybe they'll just fold to this Aether Vial. Swamp.
Maybe we're dead. What's up?
When are you done?
A little bit.
Okay. Lily's food is downstairs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll be done in like 20 minutes or so. Thought sees us. What's happening? Red black?
20 minutes? We're gonna win in 20 minutes?
Yeah. Okay. It's red black reanimator, so it's probably like 10 minutes.
We could also lose in like 5 minutes.
I also didn't know it was red black reanimator. I turned around before the thought seize happened.
I'm not sure it's red black reanimator, but
yeah, I'm not sure it is either. But there's not a lot of basic swamp thought seize decks anymore, so it's like kind of suspicious.
Could be dark depths.
Yeah, no one plays that bad deck.
I wish we can kill like a Gristlebrand, I guess, but like that doesn't really solve the issue. Maybe it's Pox.
Oh man, I hope it's Pox. Pox can't beat an Aether Vial. If if the reanimator player knows the deck that takes Solitude, unless you waste mana on Stoneforge, then reanimate Solitude. Nah, they would clearly take the Solitude and then cast Exhume if they're a true reanimator player.
Would they?
Oh, it's actually Pox!
Okay.
Holy shit.
I don't love
All right, well,
this, but I mean,
they can just never beat this Aether Vial, so it's fine. We'll just draw a 2-drop right now. I don't know if protecting our white mana sources actually matters. I think our wastelands might be better for like Urza Sagas.
oh, I see. Just playing out the wasteland for Saga. Well, if it's truly Pox, you always get Liliana here, right?
Yeah, and then we can just very easily beat that.
It's the rack!
The rack!
Oh,
Incredible. Maybe we just like don't play out any of our. Oh, never mind. Well, that settles that. Hey, our best card.
So
Now
we can spend one turn to like save 3 life with our Flicker.
Yeah, we can gain through that with our Flicker, which is probably going to be the play. It's not like this Flicker's doing a lot else.
I hate mulliganing versus these decks. I've also in the past.
Yeah, we clearly should have kept our opening hand. Our opening hand would have been insane against Pox. Do we want to play this? Like, it's probably getting discarded, right? And a second vial would be helpful because it gives us a point. At some point, we can like get a third land and take this vial up to 5.
Yeah. I wonder if we're gonna lose this game. It kind of feels like we are, but
I don't know. We're ahead on the race right now. I guess we're not.
That sucks. I can't do the thing, but whatever.
Yeah.
I still have to do this pretty much.
Yeah. You'd flicker one of our lands to protect it from Sinkhole.
Probably Plains then.
Yeah, I don't think they have Urza Saga in their deck now.
I also would be shocked if they had Urza Saga in their deck, but you never know. Sudden Edict!
Sudden Edict does.
It's definitely Sudden Edict.
Absolutely.
That deck cannot beat Life from the Loam, if you're wondering.
Yeah, that tracks. I don't. This deck probably does never beat Life from the Loam.
That sucks. All right. Well, we'll have a Plains left.
Good thing we played our Aether Vial.
I think it was just a forced play to do so, even though we'll like slowly bleed out to that.
Yeah, we got a lot of draws. Have we shuffled our deck yet? No. We could find Recruiter for Cathar Commando. So now we just obviously leave the Vial on 3 and take the other one to 2 because we're nowhere near getting Yorion in our hand. Nice. The perfect draw step.
This was like probably the worst card to draw, I think.
Saga gets the rack. Oh man, you're right. I don't know.
It does.
Maybe Saga is good in their deck.
I mean, Saga's good in every deck.
That's fair. Saga would probably increase the win rate of Pox or of the rack just by virtue of putting a good card into an unplayable deck.
Oh, what did I? Okay, they had to put their thing on the stack. That's why it was taking a while. One's on 3s. No.
Now we'll draw Recruiter of the Guard. Well, it's a creature.
Yeah, I mean, you eventually have to erase that, otherwise it will deal you... Like, this kind of kills relatively quickly if they have a bunch of discard, right?
Yeah, I mean, just deal 3 every turn. We could just say go until they make us discard a card. Although they do have Raven's Crime, so it's probably not exactly the hardest thing for them to do. Oh, well. I guess. Do you plow your spirit to gain 3 life?
No. That's just like asking to lose, I think.
Oh, they only have 1 card in hand, right? And like we're not raising them. Gives us another turn to draw an answer for the Shrieking Affliction.
I think if you draw a Skyclave, you'll regret doing that so much.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to leave them on 3 and 2, right?
Yeah, 3 and 2, because like we have if we draw Recruiter, we can just Cathar Commando it, which is like not our favorite thing to do. But if we draw any other 2, we'd love to put it into play, obviously. If we have 3 and 3, we can't do that.
I guess maybe I will regret not pulling my own thing. At the time, it seemed obvious, and now I'm questioning myself. But I think I should play this out for sure, because if you just get Raven's Crime, it's so bad.
Yeah, we're definitely playing out lands. Makes it like a Stoneforge better. Stoneforge still gets us out of this, I think, because we get Stoneforge better. No. Wait, Stoneforge GTA would actually get us out of this.
Yeah, what's up, Cliffy? Cliffy was playing World Series of Poker. I don't know if he still is. Kind of sick.
Yeah, I agree with Lou and all. I think there's a chance we definitely just wanted to buy draw steps, considering how many draw steps we have to beat a Shrieking Affliction versus one card in hand.
Also, this might sound controversial. Should we just draw versus deck?
Should we take the draw? I mean, that was like the case when people were playing the rack.
I did this in Modern, and I was always happy, and I have not seen a single card that convinces me.
Okay. Oh, we did it. We're alive.
So I should get Cathar Commando, I guess, right?
Cathar Commando is the only way to blow Affliction with our current.
So I actually just want to say go and see what they do.
Yeah, we don't have to
just initiate, right?
Yeah, they might burn another discard spell or like cast a Raven's Crime or something.
Cliffy says, I bricked all tournaments but won 11,000 in cash. Holy shit, that's awesome, dude.
That's a lot of money.
I mean, if you brick a bunch of tournaments that have lower buy-ins than 11,000, you're probably still happy about what actually happened.
They could draw Opposition Agent. All right, yeah, if they have Opposition Agent in their deck, then they get us.
Oh shit.
I don't think this deck plays Opposition Agent.
Oh, this is so perfect. We can sacrifice the fucking shitty Recruiter of the Guard, too.
Yeah. You go to 3. Oh, God. The Knife's Edge. Would have loved. I almost thought about if we wanted to tick the other vial up to 3 that turn, but 2 lands is like pretty unsafe versus the Smallpox Sinkhole deck. But like it would have rewarded us exactly that turn because we get a Skyclave instead of a Cathar Commando.
Agreed. But instead, we will sacrifice Recruiter and sacrifice Karakas.
Yes.
And then, like, this is honestly kind of okay. I mean, obviously...
Where are the blue cards? The blue cards are in our companion zone.
Alright.
Now we have them under the Shrieking Affliction.
Well, creatures are always reviewable burn spells. That's how that works. That's just the philosophy of fire.
Oh. Just put it on 1, right? So we don't die to the Rack or Shrieking Affliction. Those are like the only cards that kill us.
I think so. I mean, I can't wait to lose to some obscure card that I've actually never seen before.
Yeah, some insane black lightning.
Well, actually, I've probably seen it before and just like forgotten about it because it's like an unplayable draft card or something, right?
Yeah. Plays around Cursed Scroll. Yeah. We're geniuses. Drawing the Sanctum Prelate and putting it on 1. Skill game.
It's a skill game. Oh yeah, we're playing out around Bump in the Night. Okay, I think I'm gonna
I think you sack the Spirit, right?
Yeah, actually I think that's correct. It's
just a 2-turn clock versus 3-turn clock.
Oh, they drew the rack!
Oh, we fucking got him! Incredible.
Oh, that's insane.
Ooh, we got him. They actually had the rack. God,
of course they have the rack. You can't just play 4 Shrieking Afflictions and no rack.
But no, they actually like drew it. Because they would have played it last turn, right? Did they have the mana? I think they did. I forget.
And they played 3 small boxes, so we're relatively safe. Oh, they also only have 1 land. It's like kind of hard for them to do anything before they die to this, right?
Yeah, 1 land and that's Prelate on 1 in play. Can't believe we're winning this game.
Pinguser says the Omega luck. Yeah, we're super lucky. We're super lucky to queue into Doomsday and Elves and Mono Blue.
The game has ended.
Praise be. Aether Vial, when it's good, it's really fucking good, right? Like,
yes.
It was bananas here.
That's what I said earlier. These decks can't beat Aether Vial. It's like, okay, I cast 3 Smallpox and a Sinkhole this game, and like Aether Vial just produced like 9 mana.
All right, I think we want these for sure. I think this one should go. Like this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we need to like cut all our plows, right? I guess they could have sideboard creatures. They could have like plague engineers and stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave the plows, even though it's not great. I'm gonna cut the GT and probably some other equipment. Probably not this one. This one's like actually good if you get to hit with
Cauldron's just gonna be better than Batter's Claw in almost every instance.
Well, except when you're racing the rack, right?
I guess that is true. Then you just shave a plow. They probably don't have that many creatures.
And I think you just want these because they kill the racks, which I think they're actually the most important card.
Do we think they have Bloodghast or Nether? They might have a Nether Spirit, but like we don't need 7 plows and 4 Skyclips.
I'm pretty sure we have that thing on lockdown if that happens.
There's a chance that boarding in Containment Priest as a Grizzly Bear is better than one of the cards in our deck, but I think
like
it's pretty.
But it does shut off our Aether Vials, which was maintained was the most important card.
Yeah, but we wouldn't put it into play. But like,
Sure.
we draw a plow there versus like drawing a 2/2, and it could be.
Oh man, Timeless Dragon seems actually unbeatable for them.
Wow,
Holy
it gives
shit.
us a land and it's a creature. How do they ever beat that?
It also is just big.
Lunel, in order for me to go along with that plan, you have to tell me what Spinning Darkness does.
Spinning Darkness is like exile your top 2 black cards and deal 4 to target non-black creature as an
This is
instant.
cheating, Jarvis. You're not allowed to just name cards. Like I know you knew what every card in Magic ever does.
Not all of them.
I need Lunel specifically to explain to me what Spinning Darkness does.
Cliffy says, I didn't realize. Oh, unbeatable. We have 2 Aether Vials. Snap keep.
Easy. Yeah, I mean, it's also 7 card in. Did they put us on the play?
No.
Wow. I feel like that's gotta be wrong, right? Wait, what?
Oh, what? What's happening?
Did they like sideboard into Reanimator and they're just gonna discard Grizzlebrand?
I hope not.
Well, then we just play Thalia and they lose.
Why was there no turn 1 play? What the hell just happened?
Did they F6?
I don't know. That's just so funny.
They wanted to put us on the play after all.
Oh, that's probably it, actually. Yeah, they probably meant to put us on the play, but
like that doesn't affect your decision to play out your stuff, right?
I don't, dude. Look, I don't know.
I think I'd rather play Thalia than Second Vial.
Well, we can play the Second Vial.
Decided to not play a land on turn 1. This gets better value off the smallpox. Incredible.
Okay, that's kind of actually okay. Like, we get to play both of these next turn.
Yeah. I think we're far enough ahead that we don't care that we're emptying our hand either. Like, there's a chance we can sandbag the second Aether Vial if you want, like, padding for, like, him to Turox and Wrenchmine. Especially, Wrenchmine specifically is an interesting reason to keep the Vial, right?
I'm also thinking about if we just want to prelate naming 1 instead.
We could just prelate on 1 Violent Thalia, right?
Yeah, I kind of like that more. Actually.
There are worlds that we don't want to like play into like sweepers. They might have like, I don't know, Deluge.
What else?
Deluge, I think is the correct pronunciation of that. But
I saw that someone was claiming that
prelate on 3 maybe to beat like Lilies.
Nah.
And Deluge. Yeah, whatever. You know what also beats those cards? Thalia. And Dark Rit.
Yeah, I think they literally just...
Nice.
Yes!
Expert play. Expertly played around this Wrenchmine.
Oh! We'll discard 1.
I'm a genius.
Oh, I was thinking about it too. I'm just like, this seems better, actually.
Yes.
Cathar
Commando, let's fucking go. This game's over. I'm going to start typing in the $10 donation.
Well, you can just donate even if we end up losing.
I mean, that is also true, but I gotta type in my credit card information and stuff again.
What's up, Dogs on Twitch? Yeah, we're 2-2 in this league. We lost to Doomsday and Mono Blue Artifact. We beat Elves and what else did we eat? Blue Red Delver. Right. Like actual Delvers. And we're giving them a beatdown. And if you want to be as cool as XJ, you can also donate.
Yes.
Exclamation ACS.
I'm donating, and so should all of you. Everyone in chat should all go and donate right now. Nice smallpox. Do we just sack the Cathar Commando to the smallpox?
I think so, actually.
And there's a chance with the Thalia's worse. They have like 4. I guess they're going down to 3 lands, actually.
I'm sacrificing Cathar Commando and Field of Ruin.
Yes, Field of Ruin does not seem to be in this matchup.
This is just wastes in this matchup. Yes. Like, not wasteland, but like actual wastes.
Yeah, basic wastes, non-basic wastes. What's up, Dukes?
I was hoping that they would discard Nether Spirit. That would be kind of sick.
That would get us. That would get us pretty good. Yeah, like they probably have targets somewhere in the deck, but like would rather have double white plus port. Oh yeah, and we have port plus the Thalia. Yeah. I feel like their deck should have Saga.
We actually did get a donation from Dogs on Twitch. Thank you, pal. $20. Oh, that's like one among the worst draws, but whatever. The porting continues. Never not porting my opponent. It doesn't look like that they have Saga in their deck, honestly.
Yeah.
Like we played like the way that deck works, the games get elongated by so much that you see most of their deck. Or like a fourth of their deck, you know?
Oh nice. We can sack the Thalia.
And discard the other Thalia.
Oh right, yeah. Unlucky.
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, we're still sacking the Thalia over the Prelate.
I think
it's really good at drawing Smallpox.
Yeah. I mean, Smallpox is the best card for them in this matchup, I'm pretty sure. Above the rack. I personally like Black Vice more than the rack. I can't even tell you why. Oh, should I just play this? Probably.
They have one card in hand, I think so. I think we just want to kill them.
Yeah, the problem with not playing it and porting them instead is like you're actually colder to a bunch of discard that way.
We're just giving them much more time to like find something relevant when the card in their hand could easily just be like a 1-drop that they can't cast or like another land. Got him. Well,
Gentleman 3/2 or something. The Jun 5/0, I believe this is what it's called. Which is funny because the last time I played Jun, I actually did 5/0 very easily. It was just like not even close.
But that was like Zoomer Jund.
Yeah, because they cut off the bad cards and only played broken good cards.
Yeah, the joke is that Jund is like the boomeriest deck, so like you can only 3/2 with it. But if you make Jund a Zoomer deck, it's probably reasonable.
That's true. We got a $5 donation from Jack. Thank you, Jack. All right, let's see how many donations we can get before you actually have to leave. We'll make that a prize. Grey Ogre unbeatable. Yeah, that Grey Ogre went wire to wire.
Went the distance. And then the game one where we had our I don't know, what's the quintessential 3-1 for 2?
Blade of the Sixth Pride is what you're thinking of.
Sure, yeah, that one.
Legacy Jun 5/0. Fair enough. Ooh. I kinda like this card. I think it's sweet. It's like not overpowered. So it's like in Soul Artifact every turn essentially.
Yeah, you can insult it and then move it to a new thing to insult.
Yeah, but 4/4 is clearly smaller than 5/5. So
yeah.
Shunt was a classic. That's originally from Mirrodin, and it's just like kind of a weird card.
Yes, that is a very weird card.
How long have I been playing MTG? I opened a sealed deck or a starter pack in like 1996. And the first sanctioned match, I think, is 2003.
For reference, in 1996, I was 1 year old.
Yeah, I'm an MTG boomer.
I was 1 year. Some people in chat were not even alive when you opened your first pack of Magic.
Yeah, I believe the rare was like an Aladdin's lamp. If you want to look up that one.
Nice, that one's a classic.
That one used to be on MTG at one point. What month? I don't remember what month.
Aladdin's month.
Kitsune Kira. I was not alive in 1986. Oh well, I'm not trying to exclude. Wait, why did I type Aladdin's month? Shit,
you said the word month as you were typing. That classic pithing needle naming pithing needle.
Oh, have you done that?
I've never done it, but I know people who have.
So little do people know, you can actually see old cards on MTGO if you select not collectible. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Isn't that kind of cool, though?
That is neat.
Like, this Aladdin's lamp is sick. It has the freaking Arabian Nights expansion symbol. This card is also, like...
Next time you draw a card this turn, instead look at the top X cards of your library, put all but one of them to the bottom of your deck in a random order, then draw a card. X can't be 0. Wow, 10 mana. What a deal!
It's not good. Aladdin's Ring a little bit better on rate.
A little classic 16 mana deal 4.
Well, in let's see, was it 7? I think in an 8th edition draft, this was actually pretty good because the games would just go on forever, so you could just
probably because the creatures were also really bad, and then if you
Yeah,
ever
they
got
were.
to 8 mana, you just won the game.
Yeah,
You
because they would never keep a creature, or you would just like deal them 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
They would be
you'd
dead.
kill everything in play and then start shooting them.
Lamp was printed as 5/5. I'm glad Louis remembered that. This did not used to be 10. It just used to be 2 5s next to each other.
It's 10 mana. Oh, I can't get over that.
Oh, are we teaching all the Zoomers like fun random facts about Magic cards?
It's 10 mana.
That's true. The card I liked with the Aladdin's Lamp is Titania's Song. Let's see if it's on here. Oh, yes, it is. This is a classic.
So it's just it's solar
Yeah, it's-
effect or whatever.
No, it's just March of the
Penta-
It's March
Yeah.
of the Machines. Yeah.
Oh, it is literally March Machines each. Huh.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
except if it dies, they stay animated until the end of the turn for some reason.
Yeah, I don't really understand that, but Titania likes singing to like cast her spell upon the battlefield.
This is
I
like
guess.
so much not a green card at all.
It's a Chalice Killer. This also used to kill Moxen, and like it. I think people originally played it to like kill like Moxen for some reason, even though like it's just better to play your own Moxen and not even bother with this card.
Can you play original Aladdin's Lamp in a Gigantha deck?
I posted that once, funnily enough, when Gigantha was spoiled on like a tweet,
Really funny.
because obviously I would, right?
No, fun fact: you can't play Fire Ice in a Gigantha deck.
Mm-hmm. There's 2 1s in it.
Yes, it has 2 1 generic manas in the cost. It's really weird.
All right. Let's see. We got a bunch of donations, but maybe we can get a few more. But Death and Taxes. We done 5 votes, so it's hard to do better than that. I guess you literally got a 5-0, so.
Yeah, me and Luno back like within a day of each other or whatever, 5-0'd. What did we lose to? We lost to Doomsday, which is to be expected. Then we lost to the Affinity deck, which I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about that matchup. I think a lot of it is just inexperience, but the matchup doesn't feel like it's like super like great, but it also doesn't feel like horrible. I felt like pretty in that game too for a while. Our game 1 was just like kind of a clunker.